50K, baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. Jason C here saying, holy shit, 50K. It's crazy, man. It is absolutely nuts. I couldn't be happier. I really thought by the time I hit 20K, I would have bored you guys to death already. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in tonight for the 50,000 subscriber live stream celebration here tonight, guys. Not only do we have some great stuff to drink tonight, but we also have one of my favorite guests to have on the channel, David Jennings, Rarebird 101, who'll be joining us shortly. But real quick, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat here that's been hanging out early with me in the chat. Just so awesome of you guys. B. Sims, Mike Mosley, RVA Whiskey, Cheech Ardolino's here. What's up, Cheech? Hi, Maria. Nice to see you guys. Jeff Perkins is here. Mike Meyer. Ed over at the Rock Up Review. Glad to see you back, bud. JJ, Christopher David. How you doing, man? Inexperienced whiskey new guy. Austin Phelps is here. Black Bourbon family in the house. Jason and Brandy. Raise your drinks up casually. You know, I got to sing it every time I see you guys. Cool Runnings in the house. Steven Holtzclaw. What's up? What's up, you legend? Honest Charlie's here. Chris Abuzalencia. Tim Gorgeous is here. What's up, Tim Gorgeous? Michelle Martin's here. Kenny Mule. JG. Adam T. Brian Toner. Whiskey Mountains. Audriana. Or I like to say Audriana now because it's more in tune with my New York accent. What's up, Audriana? By the way, Audriana over at Whiskey Mountains over the weekend raised over $10,000. Over $10,000 to fight Alzheimer's. So even though she made me tear up a little bit that night when I was on with her, you know, everyone give a big congrats to Audriana for what she did. That was an absolutely amazing night. Wonderful night of giving. And again, just showing the power of the whiskey community and what we're capable of. So cheers to Audriana and all of you for supporting that. IC86 is here. Joe Pastrana is in the house. What's up? Mike Booth. Cameron Lochner, thank you so much for the kind words. Steve A is in the house. The OG Wrench. Jeffrey Wack, Kenneth Rathburn. Whiskey Dictionary's in the house. What's up? That is big. That is Bill over at Whiskey Dictionary. I almost said Big Bill. He is a big dude. That's Big Bill. The Master Drum haven't seen. Oh, okay. That's 13 and 18. Shelby. Brandon Harper's here. A bunch of you guys coming in. So can't even keep up. Of course, Donald Rance is here. Whiskey Yoda. Thank you. Hey, my bourbon journey. The Hawk man is here. Wade Ward. Robert Licorice over at Robert's photo, his profile photo of him bowling. I hope that made it through your legs, Robert. So Robert Licorice, one of the amazing minds at Iron Root Distilling Company in Texas. That doesn't look like it ended well, Robert. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Okay. Everyone just coming in saying hi. All right. So, yeah. So tonight, what was it? Over the weekend, just this past weekend, woke up to a wonderful surprise that the channel had hit 50,000 subscribers, which was, you know, I knew I was getting close, but, you know, in the summer, you know, viewers and even subscribers tend to slow down a little bit. But all of a sudden I got this big push and all of a sudden it was at 50. I was like, holy shit, it happened. So it's a huge, I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's not just, collectively what I do, but, what the whiskey community has done just for me in general. So, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who've supported the channel and hung out and been such a part of this wonderful journey. I'll be hitting my 3-year anniversary for the channel at the end of July, which is coming up soon too. So it's pretty cool to hit 50,000 subs in less than 3 years. I'm hoping to hit that 100,000 milestone soon enough. I think the next celebration, if we ever hit 75, that'll come next. And then hopefully maybe that 100 one day. So we'll see what happens. But we're just going to keep pumping out content until it's freaking fun and keep it going. I do want to say congrats. Everyone's saying congrats. Holy shit. Michelle Martin coming in with a $50 super chat. Congratulations. We open our Master Journey 4 Gate to celebrate. Michelle, let me know how you like it in the chat. So far, people are absolutely loving that pick, and we love it too. It's an amazing bottle and I think we pretty much sold out of those. So I can't thank you again for the support. Yeah, Match and Journey Club, we have some amazing picks coming out real soon. We are dropping our Russell's Reserve pick tomorrow through Patreon, and it's kind of fitting for the theme tonight. Tonight, I just want to let you guys know, so I don't know if Adriana or Cheats can help me out tonight. We are giving away I think I missed the super chat. Did I miss one? I did miss one. William Davilar coming in with the congratulations on 50K. Holy shit, William. Thank you guys so much. The Davilars, they're going to be helping pick our Peerless single barrel picks, a bourbon and a rye. So cannot wait for you guys to hang out and do that with us. But yeah, we'll be dropping the Russell Reserve. We do have the Discovery 5 in the glass right now. Have not even tasted this yet. I figured this would be the first pour tonight. And I want to say Abby Who Inks, what's up? Old Man Joe, Justin Jenkins, yes. So I figured I'd give my first impressions real quick of this before we bring in David Jennings. Also, I do want to say tonight, any super chats will get you into a couple of bottle giveaways and some sample giveaways tonight. I have a pair of bottles from one of the best new Texas distilleries in the land, Still Austin. If you guys have been hearing some great things about these guys, we got the brand new Still Austin Cask Strength and the Still Austin bourbon. This is the 98 proofer. Both of these are amazing. This is probably the best Texas whiskey that I've had since Iron Root and Balcones. Really, really impressive stuff. This cask strength actually reminds me of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof a little bit, which is amazing for a Texas whiskey. And then another big giveaway bottle tonight. I'm giving away a bottle of Michter's 10-year. This is a brand new 2021 release, guys. So we'll be giving out one of these tonight. And also, once I crack it open, this American Spirit Wild Turkey 15-year, that's what I was saying. I'm going to crack open for my 50,000 subscribers. We're going to be giving away some samples of that too tonight. And maybe a couple of other goodies. We'll see. But any super chats tonight will get you running for any of these fun bottle giveaways tonight. So let's taste this so we can get David on. Discovery 5 Series. So for those of you guys that don't know, Discovery Series from Bardstown Bourbon Company is an amazing blend of a bunch of different source whiskeys. This one includes a Kentucky 13-year, which looks like to be the Barton mash bill. We have a Kentucky 7-year, which is, I can't tell what that one looks like, the Heaven Hill mash bill. And then we have a 6-year Kentucky, which is 13% rye. And the big change in this one, no MGP in this one, guys. And none of that 15-year, 7, 8.5 corn, that mystery beam distillate that was mixed in there. We have some 17-year-old Dickel in this blend as well. So, holy crap, the super chats are coming in here. So let's go on the nose here first. Oh, thank you so much, DC. Daniel Carter has been a big supporter and helped out the channel in so many ways. Thank you. James SoCal. We have Tyler Sadler. Congrats on 50. I'm one of them. Yeah, my pleasure to be part of that fundraiser. Sugar Kitty, stay vertical. Paul Marco, thank you so much, man. Jimmy Munt. Jerry Castleberry, loving the turkey theme night. Absolutely. James coming in. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Wack dropping it. Appreciate you. Congrats, bud. Pouring the rye 3 first to celebrate with everyone. Awesome. I loved Bardstown Discovery 4. Yeah, me too, man. Jose Garcia. Saludos from Tijuana. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Jose, for tuning in. All right. So far on the nose, it's very light. It's pretty delicate on the nose so far. Excuse me. Thank you so much, B Sims. I'm not getting that big flavor punch that I remember getting from the 4 or the 3, but we'll when I do the full review, I'll definitely do a comparison. Get some nice candied orange in here. Which is kind of nice, which actually reminds me a little bit of the older Dickel picks. Dickel picks. Adam Husted, thanks so much, man. Kyle Sime, thanks for the entertainment. Absolutely, Kyle. Brandon Harper, thanks so much. Deborah C, onward and upward. Jason Coates, the old doppelganger in the house. The original Jason C. Congrats on 50K. Been here since it was double digits, so glad it's grown like this. Thank you so much, Jason, for the support. John T, congrats on 50K. Brian Toner, money for that chair stunt. The old chair stunt. A lot of vanilla cream in here, guys. Ton of vanilla cream. A little bit of that spiciness that comes through. Getting like a little of definitely get some honey roasted peanut in here. Yeah, but the candied orange, some milk chocolate too. But again, it's not super punchy. It's a little bit floral as well. The Rock Up review. Here's to you, you beautiful fella. Oh, I love you, man. Maybe I'll get lucky tonight. RVA, you've been pretty damn lucky. Congrats. Got to get some turkey. Turkey strong. Thanks. That's Stanley Wags. Hope he's doing good. All right. Cheers, guys. Here's to 50K, and here's onward to hopefully 100K one day. That just totally rhymed. Cheers, guys. Here we go. Woo. All right. So this is 52.35% ABV. So we're looking at 104 and change. I love the spice on the back end. That's really nice. Super Dram, congrats. Whiskey Tornado, what's up, Lance? How you doing, buddy? Thanks so much, man. I'd love to hear from you. Everyone, please go subscribe to Whiskey Tornado. The guy's putting out some stellar content. Congrats on the 50K. Thank you so much, man. Eric Olson, I've learned so much from you over the last year. Congrats, 50K, man. Well deserved. Thank you so much, Eric. That Dig Burns Night Dickel might be worth tasting later. Yeah, we might get into that, DC. I'm just saying. Enjoying the Russells 13. Mike Boo, cheers to 50K. Oh, no, JG. Congratulations, Choo Choo, to the next 50K. 877 match now. Yes, everyone match the like button. So this one is very delicate on the front and the mid palate. It's not a whole ton of flavor. It just seems to be a little bit more elegant, a little more subdued. But what it makes up for on the palate, it's got a lot of black pepper going on in the spice, especially on the finish. Oh, man. I don't really know if I'm digging this one, guys, which is it's kind of disappointing. Now, granted, I haven't had anything that this is my first drink of the day, so my palate's fresh, and I'm just really not. It's got a good finish. It's so. Man, I just feel like this is a car stuck in like second gear, and I want it to hit third, fourth, and fifth gear. I'm waiting for it to like take off, and it's just not. The best part of it is the finish. It's got a nice long peppery finish, but the palate of it it's very subdued. Maybe because that 17 year is just like really rounding out all the flavors. It's not punching you in the mouth like the 4 or the 3 from what I remember. One last sip here, then we'll bring David on. That sip was a little better. There's some good spice and some orange and some chocolate flavors going on. But I'm still waiting for this thing to really, take off here. Hopefully it does as it opens up. Remember, this is just the first pour, the neck pour. Whether you believe it or not, I still feel like there's a difference. I feel like everything's a little bit tighter in there. Maybe as this thing opens up a little bit, by the time I get to the review next week, it'll start maybe coming to life a little bit more. But first impressions, that it's very subdued. It drinks very elegantly. Like if you just want an elegant, easy sipping bourbon, then that one will definitely bring that. But I'm missing that punch of flavor that I'm so used to with Bardstown Discovery Series. So that's that. That's my quick first take review. All right, Eric Spielman, here's to you, bud. Thanks so much, man. Scott Black, just getting started with bourbon. Appreciate everything you're doing. Congrats on 50K. Thanks so much, Scotty. Appreciate that. Oh my God, we got Beth Porter in the house. Congratulations on 50K. Thank you so much, Mrs. Porter. Really appreciate that. That is the better half of the amazing ADHD whiskey, Matt Porter. Stuff and Whiskey's here. Massive congrats on 50K. Extremely well deserved. Stuff and Whiskey will be collaborating, I think, at the beginning of July. If you guys have not checked out Stuff and Whiskey yet, please do. Doing some great content. Great to see you guys in here hanging out. Jeff, congrats. Here's to the next 50K. Austin Feltz, Mark Royland. Have you had the Old Forester Single Barrel Cast Strength Rye, Cast Strength yet? Yes, I have. I did a review on it, Mark. You can go check out that. You can check out that review. I did do that one. And I can't decide about. Appreciate the honest review. Saved and cost me money. Well, that's the thing, David. I tend to save people money and then also make their wallet a little bit lighter usually. Congrats, gonna pour ECBP to celebrate with you. Hopefully no one falls. Wow, 50K, congrats. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna end up reading these things. I'll try to read the super chats as they come in. But I really appreciate you guys for the support tonight, and good luck on winning any of the bottles. Congrats, bro. You have teach me a lot of bourbon. Prescription bourbons here. Oh, the Bucks are slightly more important right now. Sorry, the messenger. Ed is watching the Milwaukee Bucks. There's Audriana. Congrats on 50K. And after the fact, you realize your sign lights with purple sunlight. Thanks for all your support. Yep. I changed that to purple just for you. All right, let's bring it in, guys. It's time for some fun turkey drinking tonight. We're going to be talking some turkey, some new single barrel picks from some different warehouses that have been recently hitting the market, even here in Ohio. Also, we're going to be trying to make a poor man's blend of Russell's 13. Wish us luck. Let's welcome back to the show the man, the myth, the legend, one of my favorite guests to have on here, Rare Bird 101, David Jennings. Here he is.
What's up, man?
How you doing, David? Thanks for hanging out on the old celebratory 50K live stream. I thought this would be a fun live stream to have you on and just talk whiskey, and we'll do some celebrating and we'll do some blending.
Yeah, well, congrats on 50K. That's just so awesome, man. Because I mean, I guess I probably was on your show for the first time maybe 2 years ago. At least I'm thinking. I've been on here a few times. And it's amazing to watch this channel grow. I love Mash and Drum. I think that you do a really good job with your research and your tasting notes. And you have just a very entertaining channel, quality production all the way around, man. I mean, just really pulling for you. And the quality just gets better and better and better as it goes. So anyway, with that, are you ready to drink some real whiskey now? I'm just kidding. Bardstown's cool.
What are you doing, man? So,
just saying.
So you want to before we get to the Russell's 13, I had sent you an interesting pick here in Ohio that dropped. We got some interesting Russell's Reserve single barrel picks right here in Ohio.
Yep.
From a Warehouse B. Now, Warehouse B may just sound like Warehouse B to people that don't know about Warehouse B and what Turkey has been putting out. But why don't you give us a little research of what these picks mean and what people can look out for if they ever see some recent single barrels with that B on the back.
Okay. So there's 3 Bs. You have Tyrone B.
Thanks, Will.
You have Camp Nelson B, and you have McBrayer B. So depending on who your Campari rep is and how thorough they are with the labeling, because those picks are labeled primarily by the reps for each state. So that's why you see some inconsistency in the labeling there. Anyway, so last year we had B picks. Those were Tyrone B. If they have the barrel number with 20 dash, That's Tyrone B. So that's on site there at the distillery. This year, okay, if you have a barrel that says 21 dash for the barrel number, that is McBrayer B. McBrayer is the set of rickhouses across the street from Four Roses that Wild Turkey purchased from Seagram's back in 1976. And they've had them ever since. There's 3 functional rickhouses there, McBrayer A, B, and C. So 21 dash whatever for the barrel number this year. And that is a McBrayer B. And you sent me, and I had a patron, Steve, send me one as well. Mm-hmm. This is, which I really appreciate. This is 21-018 from the 4th floor, McBrayer B. Yep. One thing that I have noticed is how unique these are, and we'll get into that. Yeah. I asked Bruce about that, and he said that those rickhouses tend to have a different atmosphere than the ones in Camp Nelson and Tyrone. There's more moisture, and they have a little bit more of a funkiness to them. And they didn't put a lot of them in the selection pool this year because they had to throw a good many of them out for that funkiness. So what you end up with is something quite unique. Will it be everyone's jam? Probably not. But I love them.
It's interesting the way you use the word jam, because that's what we'll get into what it tastes like.
Well, yeah, that's good. You're right. I didn't even think about that. But I will say this about the McBrayers that I've tasted so far is they are, dangerously easy to sip. They do not sip 110 proof. And when I was doing barrel selections earlier this year and I picked a McBrayer barrel, the proof was blank for some reason on the barrel sample. Okay. So when I tasted it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to end up being a Kentucky Spirit because there's no way this is going to meet that 110 requirement. And I just thought, this is going to be a Kentucky Spirit for sure. I finally decided to use my refractometer on it and ended up, it was 120 with a little change in proof. And I was like, what? The barrel proof sample, that is. And so I'm telling you guys, these McBrayers, they sip super easy.
Thanks so much, Chuck, for that super chat. William Wiley, missed that one. Grant, I think it just popped a bottle, Russell Reserve 10-year. I'll save that Master's Keep Cornerstone. That's right. He just got a Cornerstone.
Good.
ADHD whiskey in the house. What's
up, Matt?
What's up, Matty? You beautiful man. Did you watch Matt's
hell yeah, I did.
Russell's 10 Eagle Rare head-to-head?
Loved it, man. I shared it on Twitter. I've shared it on my Patreon.
Yeah.
That was a grand slam, man. Especially that length girth joke, man. I had tears rolling down my eyes. I was just like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Girth
joke. I did that comparison, I think, a little bit earlier in the year. And man, Matt's version of it was way better than mine.
Oh man, I was in stitches, dude. It was hilarious.
Wade Ward just poured the 4-gauge to celebrate. Rare Bird shared a bottle of Russell's with my brother-in-law last weekend. Oh, very cool, Wade. Let's see. Blake, will it blend? I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Maria Pusateri, thank you. Congrats on 50K. Thanks, Maria. Maria is probably my mom's best friend, and I grew up with them. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.
Support. Yeah.
Definitely pouring some Rare Breed and Russell's picks tonight to celebrate 50K, and for Rare Bird being the best resource ever for us turkey heads.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, they're going to be on early in the July. Another town that loves turkey, so that'll be fun to talk to them. What's up here? Mike Meyer, congrats on 50K. Thanks so much, man. Oh my God, the 4-gauge is awesome. Yeah, I told you. It's ridiculous. Congrats. Sunday was a blast. Great to see the community come together. Absolutely, JD. The World's Top Whiskey Taster is in the house. Yes, everybody bow down. He's the man. Crump the cask hole. Poured some Ardbeg Black committee release for your 50K. Oh, that's my bottle that's smashed. What's up, Alan P? Thank you so much, man. Justin Jenkins, congrats on 50K. Looking forward to Turkey Musings. Finished up American Spirit and really enjoy it.
Thank you, Justin.
Amazing book. Absolutely amazing book. I've read that book at least a few times.
Thank you.
So, all right. So let's get into the McBrayer a little bit. Let's talk about what makes them so different.
Okay. I'm going to use my mash and drum Glen here. So.
Oh, you the man. I actually have your Rare Bird glass here, but I'm going to save that. Cool. I'm going to save that for the old American Spirit right here.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yep.
That'll work. Thank you. Good squeaky cork there.
That's right. Everyone smash the like button if you haven't yet. Really appreciate it. Got 300 watching, a little over 300. Thank you guys so much.
That's just
DC says the Mash and Drum. Rare Bird mentioned he picked a barrel earlier. What for?
Oh, well, for my Patreon community, that's what I do the barrel picks for.
Yeah, I mean, David does a bunch of amazing barrel picks.
Thank you.
You know, so if you guys, you know, you can check out David's blog at rarebird101.com. You have access to his Patreon there too. I mean, not only does he, your article on the Russell's 13 was so spot on.
Oh,
I can't even handle it. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
We'll kind of talk about what's happening with Russell's 13.
Okay.
And why it's both like an exciting and a frustrating thing, I think, for Wild Turkey fans.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that because it's really kind of spun people the wrong direction.
Yeah. Stuart Steele became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for joining the Drumline. Yes, that's right. Lick the likey. Which warehouse letter is that, McBrayer? It's B.
B.
But as you said, just mention again to find a McBrayer. What? Because you'll see some other Bs. What makes it a McBrayer? Just for anyone that missed that part.
To my knowledge, this is the first time McBrayer rickhouses have been in the Russell's Reserve single barrel selection pool.
Yeah.
You're going to be looking for a barrel number with 21 as the prefix. So 21 dash and then the other digits.
My camera should pick this up. So let's see if I can get this on here.
So if it's a B, with 21 dash, it's a McBrayer. Now, some of them may be labeled McBrayer and some of them might be labeled McB. The samples that came in from the distillery had McB, so MCB.
Yep.
It really just depends on your rep and how they put it into the system.
And I mean, the first thing you get on this thing, and we talked about this briefly, this particular Wild Turkey belongs in a Capri Sun juice pouch.
Yeah. It's like a total crushable like juice. It's really just like juice. I mean,
it's just like juice. It's
like juice. It's like drinking cherry juice, grape juice. It's wild.
Yeah. So people refer to sometimes bourbon as juice. How old is that juice in the bottle? How old is that juice? But when we're saying juice, we're saying like fucking grape juice.
Yeah, this is like literally has that juice vibe. I call whiskey juice too. I know a lot of people that's a pet peeve. And then I watched Dr. Pat on Weekly Whiskey last night call whiskey juice, and I was like, thank you. Someone with some authority calling it juice.
Yeah. Oh, Mellow Fellow saying, get that cheesy gold foil, Jays. Yeah, I'm leaning towards it. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger. Karen B, how you doing, Karen? Nice to see you. Just picked up a store pick 21-035 warehouse B floor. It is very unique.
There you go.
Yeah. So she sounds like she's got a McBrayer. And I mean, Karen, let us know in the chat if you get that real grape juice type of vibe to it as well.
And I get on the finish, it almost has like there's this hint of brandy. And I think that's that grapey kind of thing. But on the finish, it has a finish that reminds me of some brandies.
Uncle Buck, you're the legend. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Juice Shutter. Says Deborah C. Josh Embry, congrats on 50K. Love me some Russell's picks. Hope to get lucky and find a 13-year. I have a Warehouse S pick, and I swear I get beam-like vibes from it. Lots of nuts and cinnamon. Those definitely can come from some of the older Wild Turkey. I've gotten. So do you remember, what was it, last year, the year before? They had some of the older Wild Turkey 101s. They had some older juice in there.
I think in 2018 they had some older stuff in it for a few runs, but to me the 2020
that stuff came off a little bit more peanutty to me.
Well, the 2020 selections, especially like the B and some of the G's, had like a nutty vibe to me. Oh
yeah, true. Michael, I'm sipping a Warehouse G private barrel. Any thoughts on G? It's a cherry bomb. Yeah, actually, the Our Mash and Journey pick that's releasing tomorrow through our Patreons, which I have somewhere over here, and I'm going to send you a sample of it because I want, or unless you're going to buy one, but I'd like to send you some, David, because I would love to get your feedback on that on our barrel pick.
Might try to buy a bottle. I am a patron, dude.
You are a patron. You should get a bottle. Yeah, I have your Russell's Renegades. Oh, it's somewhere there, but ours is a Warehouse G as well. Yeah. And fourth floor, it's got. I was talking about last night on the live stream I did for Patreons, how it's got kind of a grapey but dusty like funk nose. It's very sweet on the palate, and it's got a finish that goes on for days. It's kind of like kind of have like the best of everything I look for in a really good Russell's pick. But these McBrayers, like you said, when you say crushable, I mean, I had a bottle already of this that I went through because I just had, it was literally like drinking freaking juice.
It's super easy, and I love them. And like I said, I don't know if it's going to be everybody's favorite because they are a little bit different. But for me, I'd love to have a few more.
Yeah. Yeah. I love juice, says Mike Meyer. Bring me the juice. Warehouse S is awesome. I've had 2, and they are funky. Says Will Hendo Henderson. Thanks for checking in tonight. Amy Bohm, the legend. Congrats on 50K. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you so much, Amy. So, I mean, I could see where you could get that brandy note in it.
Yeah, it's got this kind of, that's what it reminds me of on the finish, just a little bit. It has this kind of brandy-esque quality to it.
I get like this little waft of like if you've ever been to like a fair and they have like the cinnamon almonds or something like that. Like there's like a very sweet almond cinnamon vibe going on, like mixed with that grape juice.
Yeah, it does have a little spice. It's not quite as spicy as some of the other picks you can find out there. Like someone mentioned S, that has like a lot of cedar and real dominant baking spice notes.
Yeah, compared to our Match and Journey pick, this thing is like, it's amazing how different these Russell's picks can be.
Yeah,
you know, from warehouse to warehouse. I mean, one mash bill.
Yep.
I mean, that's why it's so. That's why we love turkey.
It makes a barrel pick fun. I mean, who wants to pick the same thing everybody else is picking?
Exactly. 50K is just a start. This is a 1 million plus channel. What? I don't know if I'll ever get there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
If that does happen, though, I think whiskey might be in trouble.
Yeah, if any of the channels get to 1 million subscribers, I'm not sure who's drinking all this shit.
Yeah,
but
we'll just be drinking 101. That's it.
Karen before it says, I just went back today and picked up another bottle. Love the nose on this too. The cognac finish makes my day.
There you go.
Yeah,
Karen knows what she's doing.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is just something. I feel like this is a good summer bourbon because it doesn't burn you at all. It's almost like it's refresh. I mean, you add an ice cube to this. It's like you're drinking juice, and all of a sudden you're probably like, if I was outside barbecuing and I had this next to me with like a little couple rocks in the glass to keep me cool,
you wouldn't be barbecuing.
First of all, I'd crush this bottle in about 15 minutes, and then my face would end up on the grill.
It's too easy, man.
It's too damn easy.
Look at this, dude. I mean, it's too easy.
The bird is the word. Congrats on 50K. Luke Conroe comes in. Your comment is awesome. First time using Super Chat, sipping on Russell's pick, Warehouse G. Cinnamon bomb for me. Love. I've gotten a lot of cinnamon on some of the G's as well, for sure. Atlanta 54, Milwaukee 59 halftime. All right, so those of you guys interested in the score of the basketball game, that's the recipe for the best barbecue ever. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think anything would end up being cooked. Cameron didn't say one time that if you got a 50K that you'd give us all some breakdancing action, or am I making that up? Maybe that'll happen, Cameron. Although I don't know what kind of moves I could do these days. I might break myself. I'm just saying. But just for shits and giggles, because I haven't played in a while, and because it's 50K, I will play this. I fell.
Right? You know, that could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse. The worst part about that is I landed so hard on my elbow. Oh my god, I was feeling it after that damn fall. Oh my god.
Yeah, that Elijah Craig barrel proof could have like shot that Glencairn across the room, and it would have
I wish I got the when my Ardbeg Black broke and it smashed on the floor.
Oh,
That was actually pretty comical too, because I was like standing here and my back was turned and my big light literally just decided to come down on me. It like hit me and I was like, what the hell? And then the bottles were flying off.
So do you ever walk in the room and go, I smell peat? I mean, because that stuff doesn't come up easy.
My whiskey room stunk like peat for like at least 3 weeks.
I bet.
Oh my God. Sometimes whiskey equals fall. Yeah, you're right, Jazz and Real Hip Hop. Yeah, you weren't feeling any pain. No, dude, I felt it after the fact. Like I could laugh about it when it happened, but when I got up, turned the camera off, and I went upstairs, I was like, oh Jesus, that freaking hurt. Pop 'em, don't watch 'em. What's up, Troy? 50K GOAT status, epic turkey sample pack for the giveaway. Oh, we got Troy's throwing in a pack for the giveaway tonight for anyone who super chats. All 5 Masters keeps.
Diamond and Forgiven.
Reserve pick Warehouse E, very off profile, Diamond Anniversary and Forgiven. Damn.
Wow.
Troy has got a super tasters pack. So we're gonna add that to the mix tonight for the giveaway tonight. Thank you. Troy guys, if you haven't watched Pop 'em, don't watch him, please do. If you like professional wrestling and whiskey, he's a channel you want to watch. That's all I'm going to say. And we're going to have him on the channel soon enough. We just got to figure that out when that's going to be.
Sounds like he and wrestling with whiskey need to have like a matchup.
Right? They do. Yep. Going to have some Russells after work. Appreciate your humility and sense of humor. The Minnick Train episode was a classic. Yeah, we're talking with Fred again. Hopefully we'll get him back on real soon. He was pretty busy with all the awards. Big Vic, let's get those bottles. Brandon W, that video makes me want to pour some ECBP. Does it really?
I need to have a fall.
Yeah, Everwin says the insiders know M&D Patreon money goes to padding the floor. Great shout. Thank you so much, Wendell Wilson. Appreciate that. All right, man. What do you want to talk a little bit here about the Russell's 13?
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna pour a little bit in the glass because we're gonna try to blend our own poor man's Russell's 13. But I do want to try to just get the flavor profile in my, kind of down here before we start blending.
Your cork pop was so much better than mine. That was kind of weak.
Yeah, I got to do the old America.
There you go.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Okay. So, everybody's been waiting for this one for a long time, and a lot of folks, I'd say probably a majority of folks, are still waiting on it. I knew that it would be popular because when they announced it, people already went kind of ape shit right there.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea that it would be as popular as it was, or as it is, I should say. And it was sad to see a lot of folks, purchasing them by the case, essentially.
Yeah.
And then going immediately to the secondary and flipping them for, I think they started around $275 or something. They end up going to like $400.
Yeah, the first bottle I saw was $350. That was the first bottle I ever saw. Now I don't know if I ever saw any. I didn't see any bottles that were there before that. But the first bottle I saw for the Russell Reserve was $350, and that was actually surprising to me because I thought it would actually go higher. But then as time went on, a couple bottles did get lower. But then I did see what you saw. I saw it get a little higher. I saw it get into the $400, $425 range, which I thought was just absolute. Just stupid. Nuts.
It's just stupid. Nuts. I mean, look, Elijah Craig barrel proof. It's 12 years barrel proof, non-chill filtered. And it's what? $69 most places.
Yeah.
And that's what, Wild Turkey was pricing this at, I'm sure. And to see it go for such a ridiculous premium it really ticked me off, honestly. And I understand supply and demand, and I understand that these things are hard to find, so people are going to be willing to pay extra to get it. But when there are people out there that claim to be members of the community and helpers of the community and love their community, but they're the ones making a buck off of it. A lot of bucks off of it.
A lot of bucks.
Off of the backs of their supporters.
All the bucks.
All the bucks. I'm like, what kind of help is this? This is you watching out for yourself. It's not you watching out for anybody else. I mean, luckily, I
always find it interesting with the guys that buy, and Kenneth Rathburn actually has a good point. Another thing is, I think many self-included probably thought this was a one-time release. And
even so, but come on.
Yeah, but so like I see the people that buy like a case of it or put it on, and then they defend themselves by saying, "Hey, I'm helping out my buddies by getting them bottles and stuff." Well, and then that same token, you'll see them on secondary helping out their buddies by charging them $400 for a bottle.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's what kills me. And what the big thing that bothered me about this bottle too is that, I mean, me and you, we talk about how much we love turkey. You obviously have a very, very deep passion for it, probably more than anyone. And we've talked about, so this is kind of the double-edged sword of this whole thing. We want people to realize how good Wild Turkey is and how good, and the nuances and the differences you can get in their single barrels and how high quality their stuff is, and to get beyond the whole romanticism of it being a that's a college drink, what I mean? There's just like that whole mystique about it, and I think we've gotten to a point where Wild Turkey is definitely more respected, but this particular bottle not only shed a light on it, but I also think it pissed me off because it felt like all of a sudden everybody thinks Wild Turkey's good,
right?
And like this bottle is the culmination of years of distilling, and oh my god, they have a 13-year. I feel like if that 13-year wasn't on the bottle, if they just said single barrel, non-chill filtered,
or barrel proof, Russell's Reserve barrel proof,
I don't know if it would have gone as crazy as it did. But in the same token, I feel like, okay, Russell's Reserve, Wild Turkey came out with a 13-year barrel-proof Russell's. I mean, do these guys know that you can get a 9-10-year-old Russell's pick? That's what
sometimes 11-year.
Sometimes 11 years.
I even have a 12-year. Yeah,
that's what four and a few tenths proof off of this.
Yep.
Yet this one, 13 years old, everyone feels like that. And, these are what, 60, 65, sometimes $70. And because you have a big ass 13 on the bottle, all of a sudden it's a $450 bottle. It's like, guys, we've been telling you how good turkey is. So now you're going to come out, you're going to grab this bottle, and not only are you going to buy them all up, liquor store owners are probably foregoing them shelves, putting them right on secondary. And then you have guys getting them for their friends or their buddies. Yet we know that they're flipping them on secondary for a huge, huge markup.
That's right.
It's one of those sad things that it's like you're happy that turkey is finally maybe getting the attention it deserves. But unfortunately for this bottle, I feel like it's the wrong attention.
Yeah. If you want to check out my blog post, go to rarebird101.com.
Yeah.
It was my latest post that's on there. I lay out a pretty long argument there from several different perspectives. But the main points of it are this. I'm not anti-secondary. I think some people read that the wrong way. I'm anti-bad behavior, particularly anti-bad behavior on the secondary. The secondary has its benefits. I mean, there's a lot of assists, a lot of cost plus shipping, this type of thing. But in trades, this type of thing that are fair and square. But when you're using it as a way to just profit off the backs of your fellow community members, it's really not really a community then, is it? Is it just more like a marketplace at that point? And I mentioned what you talked about all of a sudden it irritates me to see people go, finally a Wild Turkey product that can stand up to a stag or whatever. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Get out of here. Wild Turkey's been making damn good whiskey for decades, and so all that Johnny come lately stuff, I'm like, I want people to discover turkey. I want more and more people to discover it.
Yeah.
What makes me upset is when I see all these veterans that have been around forever and are into all the big names, and they're acting like the turkey's finally making something good, whatever. And then the other side of it too is that we don't need to be gatekeepers. So for us that are turkey fans, let's not do this. Well, I wish everybody would just go back to Buffalo Trace. That's not really the right attitude to have. I think we need to kind of, anybody that has a genuine interest and is sincere about coming in and trying the different, expressions in the portfolio, come on. We need more turkey fans, but we don't need this kind of artificial hype thrown around one single release when there's so much good turkey out there. It's like, come on, don't waste $400 on Russell's 13 when you could spend $400 on different barrel picks from different rick houses. I guarantee you're going to have a hell of a lot better time.
Yeah, and Steve A puts it perfectly. My buying a bottle that's available locally and selling it to someone for cost plus shipping is not secondary market. That's
correct.
Being helpful.
That's right.
That's being helpful. Not, let me get a case.
Technically it's secondary, but the point is that that's being helpful. That's doing good. That's doing good.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we all know there's some, there's always going to be some sort of secondary, getting bottles for guys that can't get stuff in a different state.
Right.
That's just the nature of the beast. But do it in a way that's like Steve A said, cost plus shipping, get them a bottle.
Or a fair trade,
Fair trade. Oh, yeah. Or even a fair trade. Absolutely.
Fair trade. Yeah.
But, when you're helping your friends by getting bottles, and then we know if your friends are the guys in the secondary markets that are willing to pay $400 for a bottle, let's be honest. That's not your friends. That's just the guy you can make the most money off of.
Right.
Yeah, Rare Breed's one of my yeah. That was the other thing that really pissed me off too. Like, oh, finally, a turkey that can compete with Stag and an ECBP. I'm like, guys, we've been saying forever, some of these Russell store picks can compete with those easy and even go beyond them.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden you want to listen because now there's a 13-year age statement. Mm-hmm. I think that just goes to show some of the lack of, like you said, kind of the lack of exploration within the wild turkey portfolio. We preach, and you guys could go to Dave's blog and you could see how some of the different warehouses and the profiles he has all broken down for maybe what type of turkey profile you're looking for. The mash bills, the different warehouses, the rick houses, that they have so many different ones. I mean, ones going back to, my God, the 1800s that are still standing.
Yep. That's right.
And, just those you get such an array of flavors. So for anyone that says, oh, we finally have a turkey that could stand up to some of those big boys, you just haven't been drinking enough really good turkey long enough. So,
yeah. And even the stuff that's like, if you don't have access to private selections, the regular Russell's Reserve single barrel is excellent. Comes from the same rick house as the private selections do. You just don't know which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
But then you have Rare Breed, even 101. Come on. You can buy a handle of 101. And I promise you're going to be impressed if you haven't tried it before. You're going to think you're about to sip cheap whiskey. And you're going to be like, wow, this sips like a $30 whiskey.
Donald, thank you for my exploration more in Irish whiskey, because of Donald, I have found some absolute hitters. And Donald, I remember when he first tried that Rare Breed, he was pretty blown away. He's up in Canada. So for him to get some Rare Breed, he was really happy about that.
Cool.
Michael S. said, congrats on 50K. I've been loving this channel for months. For a turkey amateur, where should I start?
Well, I guess that would depend on how new are you to whiskey.
Thanks, VG.
If you're well-versed in it, I think going with Russell's Reserve single barrel right off the bat would be perfectly fine. And that would probably be where I'd start. And if you like barrel-proof whiskey, then grab a Rare Breed for sure. That's a steal. Yeah. It's like half the price of Booker's with more maturity on it. If you're kind of new to it, if you're new to whiskey, I would start with Russell's 10 because you're going to get a 10-year age statement, but it's a 90 proof bourbon. So it's not going to be too heavy there, but you're going to get some age. And it has a very nice, well-rounded Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey profile. Very comparable to things like Eagle Rare. Mm-hmm. So give that one a go. I think that if you're new into this, and then if you're really, really new and Long Branch might be a good option too, because you're going to get 8 years and it's going to be 86 proof. It's going to be a very easy sipper.
Long Branch I equate to the sweet tea of whiskey.
Yeah, you can pour that in a glass with ice and go outside in 100-degree weather, and you're perfectly fine.
And you can drink it all day. Trev, the Bourbon Wrench is here. Congrats on 50,000 subs, and realize there were this many weirdos out there.
The right kind.
That's right.
But okay, so if we want to focus on Russell's 13, for those of you out there that have not tasted it yet,
Yeah,
it's got a very nice, mature profile that's balanced. So you get that age, but you're not really losing much sweetness. A lot of times you start crossing that 10-year mark, and you're wondering, how much oak am I going to get here? This has oak, but it's able to kind of hang on to that sweetness. Has a very lovely spicy finish, and there's even like some kind of like traces of grape notes in here. Not so much like the McBrayer, but it's like laces of it.
That was that note that we had talked about when we first tried it.
Yeah,
a bit of like a medicinal grape note that it has.
Exactly, like a cough syrup, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, So Steve A says, haven't checked recently. Is Wild Turkey ever going to stop chill filtering the rare breed? I think every time we're on live, this question usually comes up because they non-chill filter the rare breed rye. Right. So I feel like people are waiting for it to happen to the bourbon as well.
Well, they are non-chill filtering rare breed for travel retail. It's just that for domestic rare breed, it's still chill filtered. But the travel retail is NCF now. We're supposed to be seeing that soon, but right now that's a travel retail exclusive. So if you know someone traveling outside of the country, tell them to pick you up an NCF rare breed. It comes in a liter bottle with a box. So look for it.
Oh my God. A liter of rare breed non-chill filtered.
Yep.
You just man.
Yes.
Wow. I don't even want to drink this now. I want that. Where is it? All right. So the Russell's 13, we did mention beautiful sweet oak on the nose. I picked up that little bit of like a grapey, medicinal grape note to it. It's got just a ton of vanilla cream sweetness.
Brown sugar. Yeah.
A lot of brown sugar.
I get some like licorice and some cola. It's got a lot going on. It's a very complex whiskey.
I picked up cherry cola a little bit too. Yep. Yeah. DC, I like this idea. Fucking put a handle on it, baby. A handle. Imagine walking through the airport with a handle of rare breed.
I would love to just walk out of a liquor store with a handle of rare breed. I mean, I would feel like when I get a handle of 101, I feel kind of tough. Like I feel like, I'm kind of a badass when I walk out of this liquor store with a handle of 101. Imagine walking out of a liquor store with a handle of rare breed. I mean,
yeah. Like, did you ever watch?
People would stop and look.
Did you ever watch Parks and Recreation when Ron Swanson was having the drink off with his mom and his ex-wife, and he literally took some moonshine and it was on a handle and he like propped it up on his like shoulder and like drank the whole thing like down like this. I'm like, that would be what I would want to do with the rare breed and just pass out for like a week. Leo says, congrats on 50K. Hoping my daughter in Texas can find a Russell's 13 for me. I hate secondary with a passion. Yeah, a lot of us do, man. Especially with what's going on, lately, especially with this bottle.
Yeah.
But all right, man, let's get a sip. Cheers.
And cheers. Real quick to mention, someone in the chat asked if it was a one-time release. It is not. It's an annual release. So we'll see it again next year and the year after. This is a permanent addition to the Russell's Reserve line.
Yes.
Just to clarify that. This is not some once-in-a-lifetime kind of rarity. So
yeah. So everyone, like, relax.
Yeah,
like,
really.
If you're sitting thinking about, the only way I'm going to get one of these is, for $400 on the secondary, that's not the case. If you miss out this year, it sucks. But remember, it's the first year this has come out. The FOMO is real. Everyone's hunting this shit. Everyone's, charging extra amounts of money for it.
And sample your bottle out if you do have one.
Yeah.
If you did luck up. Don't let it just sit on your shelf.
Yeah.
You got other whiskey you can drink. Pour some samples for some folks. I'm doing that. I mean, I like hearing people's reactions. To me, I get just as much excitement out of that as I do sipping the whiskey by myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving away a couple samples of this tonight, along with the American Spirit. So you'll get a nice little 2-pack sample there. You're gonna get a really rare American Spirit 15-year Wild Turkey bottle and bond, and you'll get to try some of this too. So have some fun giveaways tonight, guys. Also, if anyone missed it, we're giving away a double pack here of the new Still Austin Straight Bourbon and Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon. Absolutely amazing stuff. Probably some of the best stuff I've had outside of out of Texas, since I've had a lot of the really good Iron Root stuff and also the Balcone stuff. Also Andalusia, who's making incredible whiskey out of Texas. But this Still Austin stuff is the real deal. I was lucky enough to get a couple bottles of each, so I definitely want to share the wealth with you guys. And also, someone's going to get a 2021 Michter's 10. So hope you guys are up for that one. The Michter's 10 years, they've gone up in price, and I feel like for the money at 92, 94 proof, I do think, 94 proof. They are really good, just easy sipping bourbons. I have enough of these. I'm lucky enough to get a good amount of samples from Michter's, so I'm willing to give this away tonight to somebody as well. So, and then obviously the samples, little sample pack tonight. One from Pop 'Em Don't Watch 'Em, and I'll do a double sample pack of this American Spirit and the Russell's 13. Elsa Murillo, how are you doing, Elsa? Nice to see you, sweetie. Congrats, Jay, on the 50K. You are definitely the best juice inspirator. We absolutely love watching you. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Elsa. Appreciate it. Let's see here. I like 100 to 115 proof. My rare breed tastes really hot to me. Does other people taste the same way? I think some bottles come off hotter than others, for sure. That's Still Austin Cashing is surprisingly delicious. Yeah, it comes off like ECBP to me a little bit. Joseph Brazzers, yay on 50K. To celebrate, I scored an EHT barrel proof in a sleepy little mountain town. Wow, dude. Good pickup, Brazzers.
I can say on the rare breed being hot, some of the 6-year whiskey comes from the top floors in rare breed. I think that the logic flows for rare breed, if I recall from what Jimmy said, is that the 6-year barrels in rare breed come from the top floors. You're going to get a lot more of that heat and the oak interaction. The 8 years come from the middle, and the 12 years come from the low floors. So what that long finish, a lot of that comes from that 6-year whiskey. So that might be, might need to just say, well, maybe try Russell's Reserve single barrel because you're going to get a little bit more age.
Thank you so much, Logan. That's awesome. Cheers 50K and cheers to the next 50K. That's what we're hoping for, bud. All right, so on the palate, as this has opened up a little bit, I think more of the cherry and the grape note is coming through, very a la Wild Turkey 17-year bottle and bond for me a little bit.
I'm getting the grape heavy now for some reason. I think because I just took a sip of McBrayer and went back to this, and it's like
that's what happened, man. The juice is loose.
It's like I'm really detecting that grape popsicle now in the Russell's 13.
Yeah, one of those like the kid icy pops in the grape that you get in the plastic.
Yeah, like the Otter Pop kind of thing.
Yeah, the Otter Pops.
Yeah,
absolutely. 504 Bourbon Hunter, congrats on 50K. Keep putting out great content. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate the support. Just opened my first Russell's Reserve single barrel, and this shit is amazing. I'll take that 10-year, Jason, and cheers.
Cheers, sir.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's like all of a sudden that's what we've been trying to say. All of a sudden, everyone you figure it out that turkey makes good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the 13. I really hope that at some point in time, everyone gets a chance to at least try this, if not own it for themselves. I'm glad that I have this bottle. I want to thank my friend Brett Atlas, who made sure I was able to get one, not at secondary. Thank you, Brett. You're a true hero, man. Yeah. But it's not the end all be all of turkey. Okay. Keep that in mind, folks. And a lot of folks will tell you it is, and they're wanting to sell whiskey. So
Stuart Steele, thanks
fantastic
so much,
though.
Yeah. And that's I'll get into that real quick. Hey, Campbell's Barbecue. What's up, man? Pouring your Russell's pick to celebrate 50K. Awesome.
Hey, cheers, man.
What's up? Cheers, Chris. Joel Bowman, thanks for the great reviews, commentary, and guidance you offer. Congratulations on 50K. Keep up the great. Thank you so much, Joel. Appreciate that, man. So this is the thing. So I got a lot of comments after my my review that people were like, wow, you seemed like you were really excited, but then you didn't seem as excited about it kind of at the end than we thought you would be. And my response to them was, well, you got to understand, I've had so many, I own myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 25 to 30 Russell's Reserve picks. and you have a mix of different warehouses, a mix of different ages and barrels. So I know how good those can be.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm drinking this, I'm going off of, memory and some of the Russell's picks that I've had. And while this is really, really delicious and unique, and I think anybody would love this bourbon, to me, it wasn't anything that, I don't know. It's maybe because I have the experience, and so do you, David. So you're able to kind of quell that like super amazing like experience that you were maybe wanting, but at the same time, you've had really good picks, so you know how good Russell's reserve picks can be. And that was really my point. It wasn't that I was disappointed in it. It's amazing, but I've had some really good Russell's reserve picks that have gotten close, which is why I don't think anyone should be paying anywhere near $400 for this. I'd rather you go and explore some more Russell's picks than trying to, break the bank and paying for this, even though if you did see this at, this is an immediate pickup if you see it at retail, obviously.
Absolutely. It's like I put in my blog post, it is a home run, no doubt, period. It is a home run bourbon. Is it a grand slam?
Thanks, Matt.
Not to me, it's not. I think that if you've ever had Russell's 98, okay, the first vintage of the vintage series, I've had a few Russell's picks that kind of take it to the next level. I would argue that like something like Revival just was really expertly crafted, and there was a lot of care put into it to make it something truly unique, whereas this is, a batch of just well-aged Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and we're going to see more of these batches. So if everybody's like, oh, this is it, this is the turkey that kills them all, I'm like, so what about 2022s and 2023? Like when I mean, is this, so 2021s is this it? It's like, let's just kind of like let this breathe a little bit, try it, and let's see what it comes out to next year. Maybe it's the same profile, maybe it's a little different, we don't know. But chill out, folks. It's great, it's fantastic, but it ain't $400 fantastic.
Stephen Holtzclaw, I want to say thanks. Thank you so much for that $50 super chat. Turkey's been making great stuff for a long time. Rare Breed is a solid daily.
Absolutely.
Mike Franklin, congrats 50K. Thanks for the entertainment. Absolutely. Daniel M, congrats, bro. Keep it up. Thanks so much. Russell's 2003 is candy. I wholeheartedly agree.
It's excellent.
The thing about Russell's 2003 is everyone kind of poo-poos the proof, but
just sip it by itself. Don't go throwing it into a tasting with Booker's.
It's not a bourbon you're going to want to blind, because obviously if you put that against, let's put 2003 against Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or Stag. Yeah, it's not going to hold up.
Right.
Russell's 2003 is something it's very unique, super low entry proof. The barrel proof on it comes in at just under 90 for a barrel proof bourbon. Right. So it's very unique in that aspect. It's just not going to have that type of punch and flavor. David, when you were on the channel, we tried like 2003, like you said, amazing on its own.
By itself,
it's just not going to stand up in a blind tasting to some higher proof monsters.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So we tasted it. We nosed it. It's had some air on both our bottles. Let's say we try to blend this thing.
Okay. What do you want to start with?
All right. So we both agreed that Rare Breed should be a component because the 13 has that really beautiful spice to it.
Right.
The 13 has a very long, lingering, very nice, spicy finish to it.
Right.
Joe Daniel, what do y'all think about the Decades? I love it, but of course it's a little expensive. Well, I just acquired a bottle of Decades, and I can't wait to. I love it.
Well, think about Decades is what a blend of anywhere from 10 to 20 year bourbon at 104 proof. So it's like 5% ABV less than Russell's 13.
Yep. So
I mean, that'd be a great comparable.
Absolutely great. Love the turkey talk tonight. Thanks so much, guys. Says Alan Corey. Thanks for coming in, man. Yes, this is the big question. Prescription bourbon. Will it blend?
We will find out. Okay,
find out. So we're going
to start with 50% Rare Breed, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to do an ounce of Rare Breed.
Okay.
Let me get my Rare Breed over here.
I've got I'm a professional.
Oh, me too, man. I'm a professional too. Look, I got my little measurer. Let's do an ounce of Rare Breed.
I should have done the mat with like that, Matt
has the best like pouring style.
Oh,
you can't match it.
No, you can't. And you have to kind of get risky because you have to kind of hover over just ever so slightly. And you have to go quasi cross-eyed, not quite.
So I know a few people in the chat were asking about the asking about the picks coming out that we have for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. So we got so our Russell's pick is dropping tomorrow, which is a fantastic pick. Very, very happy with that one. So our Russell Reserve is dropping tomorrow. Coming up very soon, we have our 2 Old Elk picks that we just did. We did a wheated bourbon and a wheat whiskey. That's coming up. We have 2 bullet picks, 2 11-year-old bullet picks coming out soon. 2 Woodinville picks, Luxrow and an Ezra pick. We have our first American single malt pick coming out soon from Westland, which we're going to be picking pretty soon here too. Cool. Elijah Craig barrel proof pick, which is going to be probably released around the winter time, probably November, December. We also have a killer Wilderness Trail rye pick, single barrel rye. That's absolutely unfreaking believable. One of the best ryes I've ever had in my life. It's amazing, and I cannot wait for that damn pick.
I love Wilderness Trail rye.
Yeah, dude, I
can't wait to get that one from you, and I'm jealous of your Westland pick.
Yeah, the Westland pick is so we have 3 barrels from the Westland to choose from. We have a virgin American oak, so basically a bourbon cask, a tequila finish, and a red wine, either like a Syrah, Grenache, or Cabernet barrel. So those are going to be the 3. These American single malts will all be cask strength, non-chill filtered, and we cannot wait to try those too. We also have a Penelope proprietary blend. I think we're going to be working on 2 Driftless Glen, and I mentioned the 2 Peerless picks earlier on. So a ton of shit coming out from Mash and Journey Whiskey Club with my buddy Scott from my Bourbon Journey. Just some great stuff. So
cool.
Yep.
All right, so we're doing 50% rare breed.
You're saying rare breed now. What Russell's pick are you going to be using here?
I'm going to be using an almost 11-year CNF 6th floor. Yeah. So this is Minnesota Whiskey Elite's pick from last year. And it's just under 11 years. So I'm going to use 50% of that.
This is funny. Uncle Buck says, all whiskey channels say we need rare breed on our shelves. Such bullshit. It never lasts long enough to make it to said shelf. Does any Patreon tier get access to the picks? Yeah, we drop them from the highest tier down to the bottom. Epic and legendary drummers get first crack at them, and then followed by intense drummers, and then so on and so forth. Obviously, the lower tier you are, the lower chance you get to maybe get one if they sell out. Oh yeah, we also have a 10-year cask strength rum coming out as well.
Oh, that's
cool. If anyone's a rum fan, no sugar added, pure unadulterated, pure sugar cane, 10-year rum cask strength. It's like 122 proof or something crazy. I'm still waiting.
What are you pouring?
I'm still waiting for Jeff the Creed to eel me back. Dude, Trev, you can go and tell them that you want to do the pick for your channel. I'll come with you, but I just have to wear like the glasses and the nose and the mustache. Just saying. CPA kid, congrats. Keep up the good work. No turkey tonight, but enjoying some older barrel bourbon. Oh, those are really good, man. All right. So I have a pick that I really love here. That's 10 years old. It's the I don't know if you've ever seen this sticker. This might crack you up, man. Have you seen this one? It's the Birdman.
It's been a while, but I have seen that one.
I've seen that one. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite picks. Apparently, this was aged in one of those real crazy winters where it was like super, super cold. So it has a really unique, like an oaky profile. It's got a little bit of spice to it. I really think it'll work well with this blend possibly. Okay. So I'm going to try this here. So one out for that.
I'm already comparing these two, and I mean they're not the same, but they have a lot more similarities than differences.
All right, I'm going to let that blend kind of rest a little bit here. See what we get. Dio Samuels, Joe Wagner. Is that Discovery 5 Yeah, I tried it at the beginning of the stream. Yeah. Congrats on 50. Adelio Samuels, one of my favorite dudes in the Patreon community. Thanks so much for checking in, man. Cheers, Master Drum, Redbird 101, and all you whiskey aficionados.
Cheers.
All right. So on the nose here, So in the blend, I'm getting the oak and the spice that I'm getting on the Russell's 13, but I'm not getting that medicinal grape note.
Yeah, I'm for me, the biggest difference is I can detect more corn in the blend than I can in the 13. So in the 13, I'm getting more of that leather, cherry, that medicinal grape we talked about, some more spice, darker spice, licorice, this type of thing.
Yeah, this blend is going more towards the citrusy, cinnamon, vanilla cream. I feel like it needs a little McBrayer in there to give it the grape.
To me, it's like I can tell that they're from the same distillery. They don't have like, crazy different DNA going on.
Yeah.
It's just
the Russell's 13 is coming off just like more brown sugar and sweeter.
I think the 6-year element in the rare breed is what's popping out, honestly.
So maybe we need to alter the proportions a little bit. Maybe we need to go maybe a little less rare breed.
I'm gonna taste it first, but nosing it, I'd say that.
Oh,
now tasting it's better.
Yeah,
I mean it's better than the nose. It's not better than the 13, but it's better than the nose.
The 13 on the nose kills this blend, but the palate on that,
not
I
bad.
Gotta say, it's not. Nope. It's not far off.
Not on mine. I mean, I'm digging this.
I'm digging this blend. Oh shit.
Yeah, so this is like what? 113.4 or something proof?
You would think. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit lower than the 114.8.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know it by the taste.
It's got that long lingering spice that the 13 has, which is like perfect.
Yeah, I would say that obviously the maturity stands out on the 13.
Thanks, Brooklyn 456. Yeah, I think the
oak, the leather, this type of stuff.
Yeah, there's a little bit of milk chocolate in 13 that comes out with that grape.
Right, but the blend, this blend is arguably a little sweeter than the 13, and it may, in a blind, win some folks over. Honestly, especially if they don't like oak or leather notes. So.
Yeah, just that the nose on the 13, just the only thing that I feel like can compare to that is maybe the Decades or even the 17 Bottle and Bond.
Yeah, I think that the 17 Bottle and Bond obviously has a lot more of the oak, a lot more of the tannins,
and it's also got that like medicinal cherry thing going on too.
I'm going to find it interesting when you try that American Spirit.
Yeah,
because I won't give you my thoughts on it. I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but I'd like to hear what you think about that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's only 100 proof, but
there's my partner in crime, the Hawk, the one and only Scott from my bourbon journey. Love you, brother. Congrats on everything. Very well deserved. Yeah, thanks, Scotty. Scotty was there from the beginning. He was the first live stream I was on. So,
well, cheers to Scott then.
Yeah, cheers to Scotty, man. I'm glad we're doing these picks together. So, yeah, I'm digging this blend.
Yeah, it's actually very nice. I mean, turkey blends well with turkey. I mean, it's rare that it doesn't. I've had some rye bourbon blends of turkey that haven't really wowed me, but so very typically, it works well.
This one for me, I would agree. I think the nose is no match for the 13, but the palate is holding as much spice as you get on the 13.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you get those really nice sweet flavors. I would argue that the mid palate is actually more interesting than the 13 on the
it definitely has more vibrancy. It has more vibrancy.
It's got more kick to it. And and that might be just due to the age. The 13 has a lot of time to mature and round out in flavor. Right. So it's very easy to sip and it's very sweet on the flavor profile. But if you like that wild turkey, kick, the blend actually has that, and the spice going from front to back all the way.
Yeah. I recommend going ahead and anybody out there that has rare breed and some Russell's picks that they really enjoy, give it a go. And you don't have to do 50-50. You can play with your own.
Yeah, play around with it. Yeah. I'm going to get my my pick and use that to blend a little bit.
Okay.
Because the pick has a little bit of a dusty turkey grapey thing going on.
Okay.
So so why don't you take some questions? Go for it.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. What do we got here? Oh, I know. I saw one question earlier from Robert, Bourbon Wolfpack, asking about how does the 13 compare to the old 12-year split label? Two totally different whiskeys, Robert. The splits and the CGF and even the export 12s. I mean, they're just like super easy to drink, super rich and funky with that dusty vibe to it. This is not that. This is not a dusty turkey. Anybody that tells you Russell's 13 is dusty is just hasn't tasted enough dusty turkey. Sorry, but that's just my opinion. But the Russell's 13, has elements of things like a good Russell's pick, a good well-aged Russell's pick. It has elements of the Bottled and Bond Master's Keep with that oak in there. It's kind of like this perfect combination of proof, spice, and well-balanced core bourbon notes like vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, this type of thing. The 13 is like I said, a home run, but it's more of the modern profile, not really the dusty profile at all. So, but good question, Robert.
Right.
Okay, you want me to take one more here or what?
Yeah, man, let's go for it.
Okay, well, I'm just going to look at what's in front of me here. So Nate is asking, do you think Russell's Reserve picks are going to now stay at the 8 to 9 year mark? Been disappointed with the younger barrels. Well, wait a minute. Now, Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve picks have always been 8, 9 years. I mean, 2018, the very first barrel I picked was a Camp Nelson F that was 8 years old. And the picks before that were 8, 9, maybe every once in a while you might find a 10-year. But anybody that's thinking that Russell's picks are normally 10 years and better are just people that lucked out on a bunch of CNFs last year that just happened to be 10 years plus. There were a few CNAs and there was a Camp Nelson D or two that was 10 plus. But Russell's picks are usually almost always 8 to 9 years. So not a bad question. Just don't assume that they're 10 plus. They're almost always 8 to 9. So
Justin Kim, this is a good question. You're the whiskey tube goat. Thanks, man. What is your current favorite rickhouse for Russell's picks? Man, they were the Camp Nelson Fs for a long time because I was getting some really different type of profiles coming out of the Camp Nelsons. But I got to say, the last few picks I've had out of G have been incredible. I'm really loving G a lot. Now, these McBrayer picks, I don't know if they're my favorite, but they're so unique and so, as we said, crushable that G and the McBrayer Bs could make a nice little play for, kind of my favorite rickhouses this year because
well, there's no wrong answer, is there?
There really isn't. I mean, it's
really what you're into. And last year especially had so much variety. I mean, you had A, B, Camp Nelson D, you had E, you had Camp Nelson F, you had Camp Nelson A, you had S, you had G. I mean, there's just so much variety last year.
Yeah. Here's a good question from Will Henderson. This is a question that I get all the time. What gives the turkey the funk? Is it the way they age barrels, or are there any other factors like yeast, etc.?
Well, okay. So
I mean, have you ever been able to define the turkey funk?
Exactly. I think the turkey funk is different for different people. I think that you have the dusty turkey funk, which is that, very, very funky, dusty, bourbon profile that you get similar to like National Distillers and this type of thing. You have that, what I call classic turkey, which is where you get a lot of this honey maple kind of thing going on, which was around the 2000s or so, late 90s, 2000s. And then now this modern turkey, people say funk. I think a lot of it has to do with yeast. I think a lot of it has to do with the simple fact that Wild Turkey uses wood-clad rickhouses, traditional rickhouses. They're not rotating barrels. Things are sitting around in different environments, getting a lot of different flavor profiles. And you have different rickhouses with different vibes. So it's a lot of things. But I can say that the yeast plays a role. The rickhouses definitely play a role for sure.
I when everyone asked me, I just said it. I really believe wholeheartedly it's the rickhouse.
Yeah,
the rickhouse location where that funk is coming from. Honestly, I think my pick here has a little bit of that funk to it, which I'm loving. Here's a good question too from Eric Olson. This is actually good. I don't think I've ever heard this response from you. This might be cool. I don't know if you do anything like this. A lot of them Russell Reserve. How do you both go about preserving your bottles once they're open? Do you do anything to prevent oxidation? So with your like favorite, so if I have a bourbon that I absolutely love and I want to save it as far as I can, normally what I do is I buy smaller bottles.
Mm-hmm.
I buy smaller glass bottles and I pour them into those smaller bottles and you know, obviously tighten them up with a cork or a cap so you have less oxidation as time goes on. I think if you have a bottle that you love and you keep leaving, you know, a little bit in there, it's going to, you know, not right away, but over a long period of time, if you want to save it, it's going to change and kind of, you know, not be maybe what you remembered when you go back to it. So for me personally, if there's a bottle I truly love, I'll pour it in a smaller bottle to keep it. But I mean, Russell's picks for me, I drink through them pretty fast, so there's really no worry about that.
Yeah, well, good question, Eric, and cheers, Eric. I don't do anything. I just don't. I mean, like, I don't worry with it, man. I just, you know, I open them, I drink them. If they sit back in the cabinet a little bit long, I pour them. And I have never, ever in the history of being in bourbon, even with a bottle, I've got some bottles in my cabinet that have been there, not quite from the beginning, but close. And if I poured them now, I probably would not notice any type of problem with them. I've never really bought into that. Now, I mean, of course, if you had like a whiskey with like maybe an ounce or two left and you left it around for 30 years somewhere, it's probably not going to taste as good as it was when it was first opened. Is it going to taste awful? I don't know. I mean, people pour decanters and shit like that are like 40 years old and like they've had evaporation and stuff. And everybody's like, "Oh, this is amazing." So, I mean, you know, I just don't do anything.
Having not picked up a Russell Reserve Private Selection, when I came across them, how do I know if it's worth a pickup? I mean, right now, for what you're going to see, if you see a G Warehouse, I think that's a pretty safe bet. It's going to be damn good.
I mean, if it's priced at retail, do it. I mean,
60,
worst case scenario, you end up with like a solid turkey barrel.
Yeah, $65. I mean, I would get it, you know, no matter what. DC's dropping the Rarebird Patreon here. Please do.
Hey, thank you.
Michael Porter's in the house. Did you guys land on a
Mike?
good? Mike is here. Sunday evening scotch. He got to hang with the Buddha of Bourbon today with Jimmy Russell and Eddie Russell. He sure did. Did you guys land on a good poor man's Russell's 13 blend? We'll definitely be watching the replay. We're still working on it a little bit, buddy.
Hey, are we gonna throw that weird one that we talked about in there?
Oh, we're gonna do that next.
Okay,
I want to taste that through here.
I don't even know if that's gonna work. I mean, that was just.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but.
So I gotta say, the Mash and Journey pick mixed with the Rare Breed actually gets it closer to the nose in the Russell's 13. The only thing that the nose is missing on this particular blend is this has a little bit of that medicinal grape, but not as nearly as much as the 13 does.
I would imagine it probably doesn't have as much of the tannins either.
It doesn't. But I mean, it's got a little bit of that oaky, like dusty, like nose to it, which it's way closer than the first blend was. I'll tell you that, at least on the nose.
And some people don't like the tannins, so you know.
Oh shit.
Well, I highly recommend, no matter what, you know, a 50-50 blend of Rare Breed and a Russell's pick is not a bad move. It's not a waste of whiskey. I can tell you that.
I think just the Russell's 13, just overall, it's going to be really hard to match that intense sweetness that it has.
Right.
But I mean, a Rare Breed Russell's pick blend,
not bad.
It's really, I think the spice experience is actually spot on.
Yeah, it has the same lengthy finish, and it has spice.
That same lengthy finish to it. It's got the bold sweetness to it, but just this is just a little. It's more of a. I mean,
it's a dark complexity.
Yeah, and I feel
hard
like
to get without that 13 years.
Like if I dumped like molasses and brown sugar into this blend, I might get close to this. Let's see here. Hey, Richie Z's in the house. What's up, Richie? Nice to see you, bud.
Cheers, Richie.
I have a Russell Reserve Warehouse G Floor 4. Amazing pick. I dare you to do a Wild Turkey Burr Rye in this episode. 1 ounce Rare Breed Bourbon and 1 ounce Rare Breed Rye. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, I've done that before. That to me doesn't work as well as some other, turkey rye
Right.
blends. Yeah, that I've done. I actually think if you use the Russell's 10 with rare breed rye, you get up a little bit better tasting whiskey, but that's just me.
Have you ever thought of doing a little bit of Wild Turkey 17 and maybe a little rare breed? What that would maybe do?
Well, I thought about it before getting into this. I'd have
Yeah.
to go dig it out, but the only thing is, a lot of people just don't have access to that one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
and they don't like blending their
Yeah.
master's keeps and stuff. So I was trying to try to find things that people could just get.
Picked up 8-year, 4 months. Oh, the Tyrone F.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, hoping to get yours tomorrow to compare. Did you happen to get any of the state picks? Yeah, I got 2 of them. I got a Tyrone and I got 2 of the McBrayers.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting comparison. Colt 45. So if you Colt 45, let me know if you want to sample the McBrayer to put against that Tyrone. They're completely different. It's
very
really
different.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I picked 2 Tyrone Fs this year so far.
Michelle Martin, let me know in the chat what you think about the 4-gate. I don't know if I missed it if you put it in there, but if you put it in there, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'm curious. All right, so David had a fun idea to throw a little something funky into the mix. So what we're going to do is, to get that age that the Russell's 13 has, I'm just saying my pick is I love that.
Well, you can use your pick.
I already did.
Okay.
I think that it actually came out closer to the Russell's 13 than the other pick I did.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna do rare breed.
No. We're gonna do that'd make the proof too high. So we got to do a Russell's pick.
Russell's pick, and all right. So I'm gonna keep my pick here then.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
And then the other one we're gonna use is a Knob Creek 15-year because it has the age.
That's right.
It's got the proof.
That's right.
And we're gonna see now. Obviously, the Knob Creek 15-year single barrels are, we're not going to see them too much anymore. But
they were around everywhere for a long period of time, so people have them.
And if you guys don't have one of these, pick one of your brands. Whiskey Drummer.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, Whiskey Drummer. The Chicken Cock. Every other fucking brand that decided to source that Beam 15-year stuff, you can use that as well.
Yeah.
So
this is 120 proof, and we're going to combine that with Russell's, which is 110, to make a 115 proof blend, half and half.
Yep.
Which is just 0.2 of a point shy away from Russell's 13.
Yep. This is so incredibly scientific. we're trying. We're trying to be scientific.
Yeah, and mine's not quite 15. The one I'm pouring is 14 and some change. So, but still,
let's see. Yeah, mine is just under 15 as well. It's like 3 months shy of 15 years old.
And I'm going to use the McBrayer, so I'm going to introduce some of that.
Oh, dude, that's a good idea. Damn it. Oh, let me pour this in here.
It's not like you don't have some more glasses somewhere, man.
I do. Oh, actually, yeah. Let's do that. I'll pour it over here. I'll do that one.
I mean, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, let me get some of that McBrayer too over here. There it is. America. All right, guys. After we're done with this blend, I'm gonna try the American Spirit, and then we're gonna get into our giveaways. So everyone, sit tight. So it should be fun.
Wow.
Thanks again for chiming in tonight. Thanks for all the support, the super chats. I really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, 50K for me. I really think I would have bored all you guys to death with my history and geekiness, but apparently some of y'all like that. So,
and one thing to make note of with the Knob Creek is that the mash bill is very similar, if not the same, to Wild Turkey. They don't have the same yeast, but their bourbon percentages in their mash bill are comparable. So you're going to end up with something that's, I typically find that Beam and Turkey blend very well together. One of my favorite blends is the 100 proof 12-year Knob Creek with the 90 proof 10-year Russell's Reserve, and you end up with like Turkey Creek, and it's a fantastic blend.
Oh, that's a good.
Tried it. Dude, it's so good.
The 12-year Knob Creek with the
90 proof
Russell's Reserve 10-year.
Yes.
Everybody write that one down. We got to try that one.
I put it in a blog post one time. I call it Turkey Creek. It is just a fantastic blend. I'm not going to lie.
Boom.
So, but this right here, I mean, I'm getting a little. It's going to depend on the picks. Your picks are probably a little different than mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm getting a little tiny bit of that nuttiness from bean, but not a lot.
Mike Mosley. That'll happen with the acetone because, not only the oakiness, the super high age of that 17 year, because it's already inherently super oaky for that release. The acetone is just going to be more prevalent, especially as more air gets into that bottle. The oak, the acetone will just kind of take over the flavor profile as it oxidizes. So that's why you're starting to get that. I have the same issue with my Old Forester birthday bourbon, the 12-year from 2018. That one is starting to get that acetone flavor as well. So I think that's just inherent part of like an oakier type of bourbon, especially when you kind of it's a little bit of a higher proof as well, right around that 100 proof range, and you get that high oak concentration. It starts turning to acetone as it oxidizes, and I've noticed that not with just turkey, but with other products as well, as I just mentioned. You two are like two mad scientists right now. Love it.
Yeah, I'm
Richie Z, is this Turkey Geddon? Congrats on 50K, Jason. Thanks, Richie Z.
The biggest difference I'm getting right now in my blend versus the 13 is that the 13 has this cherry note, this cherry and grape that pops out in comparison to this Knob Creek Russell's blend, which has a lot of the oak and stuff.
I got to tell you, the McBrayer with this 15-year-old Knob Creek,
it's a good blend, isn't it?
Close.
It's a good blend. I'm not going to lie.
Pretty close.
It is pretty close.
What the hell?
I mean, there's in this particular Knob Creek I have is different than yours, so it could.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting a little bit more the corn.
What you said earlier about the Knob Creek nuttiness not coming out here, I'm getting him on both accounts for both blends.
I'm getting a little nuttiness on mine, but it's not tremendously different. Like I said, if there's anything that sticks out on the Russell's 13 now in comparison, it's more the fruity notes. I guess my Knob Creek selection is kind of overpowering.
The McBrayer Knob Creek blend is really close.
It's good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not quite there, but it's now. I'm just nosing now. I need to do the taste comparison.
Tasted either, but the Mash and Journey pick with the Knob Creek, I feel like it brought way more cinnamon out, which is really interesting how that blend kind of goes together. There's just a ton of like cinnamon and baking spices and milk chocolate coming out of that one. So I feel like that became its own entity, while the McBrayer pick with the Knob Creek is probably the closest thing that I've blended tonight that noses to the Russell's 13.
And when you get to the palate, there's a lot of similarities there. Now, they're not the same, but that spice carries on.
That's easily the closest thing we've blended tonight to the Russell's 13.
I think so.
Easily.
Yeah, I think that that has a nice little maturity there and a spicy finish at the end. To me, they don't nose as similar, but they taste and they finish out very similar.
Yeah, the noses are still different, but
they're still different. They're closer than the other blend.
They're definitely closer than the other blends. I totally agree with you. But I got to tell you, the palate with the Knob Creek and the so the thing with the Russell's 13 is I felt, even though the palate is sweet and delicious, it's so rounded that it kind of goes through the palate pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then it hits the finish, and then you get all that spice. This blend with the Knob Creek 15, I'm getting more spice throughout from front to back all the way.
Yeah, I'm tempted to try my 11-year Russell's with the
dude, that's delicious.
With the 14-year Knob Creek I have and see if that gets even closer.
You know what? I have a full 15-year Knob Creek bottle up there. I might just take that and blend a full McBrayer in there. Just make this crazy bottle of knob turkey.
Well, I'm going to do just a half ounce here of this Knob Creek that's 14 years. And then I'll do a half ounce of the 11-year, well, almost 11-year.
All right, so while you do that, I am going to break open.
Yeah, go ahead and get into that American Spirit. Yeah,
guys. So, damn, that's freaking good. Guys, Knob Creek 15-year with, oh my God. If you have a McBrayer pick or find one, that's pretty damn close.
It is. It's got a nice little balance to it.
It's got a nice balance. It's got a nice spice, and it's got a little bit of that because it's so juicy. The McBrayer, it gives you some of that medicinal grape cherry thing going on. All right, guys. So this is the Wild Turkey American Spirit. For those of you guys that have never seen this one, so everybody went crazy for the Wild Turkey 17-year bottled and bond last year. Absolutely stunning release. Loved it. But that was only the second bottled and bond release that Wild Turkey ever created. The first one,
right. Mm-hmm.
The first one is this one, the American Spirit bottled and bond. Now I said I was going to crack this open when I hit 50,000 subs, and here we are. Oh yes, the Wild Knob. I like that one. That's the best name ever.
Oh man,
we're stuffing.
The night just got better.
Stuff and whiskey, I think just nailed it. The Wild Knob. That's going to be the name of the blend. I'm making my own blend, and it's going to be the Wild Knob. Vanny just scored the winning run on a wild pitch. Oh shit! Knob Turkey. There it is. There it is. The Wild Knob.
I love it.
That's gonna be my blend. I'm telling you, I'm going to submit that to a couple. If anybody has a blend coming up, that's what I'm doing. Michelle Martin, now that the forget is opened up, I get a little cherry mixing with the caramel. Absolutely. That thing opens up like crazy. I'm feeling lucky tonight, says Big Vic. Turkey Knob sounds better. I don't know. I kind of like.
I kind of like Wild Knob.
What about the Knob Gobbler? Welcome to my home. Want to try my Wild Knob?
And where's the exit?
All right, guys. So close up on this bottle. Here it is.
There it
Wild
is.
Turkey American Spirit, 15-year-old bourbon. This is one of my Wild Turkey unicorns right here.
That is one of Jimmy's favorites, if not his favorite.
That's why I wanted to get it, because it was Jimmy's favorite. I really wanted to try to get this bottle here. So
it's very much the what I would call like the higher end of the spectrum, more mature Jimmy profile. Did it break?
I got a cork break, dude.
Dude.
Already, I got a fucking cork break.
Okay, so just do this. So for tonight, just push it in, and then you can pour. And then when we're out, you can do what you need to do, decant it and get it out of there and put it back in.
I'm not pushing that in.
What? That's what I do. So here's what I do. Well, okay, unless you think you can get a little wood screw in there.
I thought I had it. Damn it.
If you can get a little wood screw in there, sometimes you can just kind of pull that wood screw.
Actually, you know what? I do have a little wood screw. Hold on.
Okay. But okay, just for everybody watching, the blend of the C&F, almost 11-year, 50-50 with the Knob Creek, 14+ year. To me, the oak is a lot closer to the Russell's 13. It's missing a little bit of that fruitiness from the McBrayer blend. It just kind of depends on where you want to kind of fall there on profile. But on the oak side, it's closer to the 13, not so much the fruity side.
All right, it's
You're
down.
doing surgery.
It's down in there now. We've locked it.
Well, that's what I do. Look, it's not going to hurt anything for now. So I usually just push it in.
Yeah.
Okay, and then get you a French press. Hopefully, you have one that's not used for coffee, and you just dump it all into the French press, and then you can, basically chop that cork up with a knife, and then get it all out of there. Rinse the bottle out with some distilled water. Let it dry. Pour the stuff back into it, and you're good to go.
All right. Son of a bitch.
That's just turkey for you, man. I mean, that's dusty turkey, dude. That's authentic.
Dusty
if the
turkey,
cork
man.
had come out like, then you know,
Yeah,
I would have been worried about it, dude.
Maybe think it was fake. All right. Well, let me have a little water here because I want to.
A funny story here about the American Spirit. So when I got my American Spirit, I got it without the box. I got it for a deal without the box.
Yeah.
And I drank about, I'd say a little less than half of it. And we had a pick with Eddie. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to bring this along. You know, there's going to be some other folks there, big turkey fans, and let them try it. And I didn't come back home with it. it was gone. So I learned my lesson real quick. If you take a dusty bottle to a turkey pick, it does not come back with you. So it was done, but it was a good time.
All right. So you've had this before, I assume, David?
Oh yeah. It's I'm not going to say anything. I'll let you try it first, and then I'll kind of give you my take on it. But I don't want to fill your head with anything.
Oh man, I'm just letting it open up a little bit.
You know, I think I might prefer this Knob Creek CNF blend better than the McBrayer one. Personally, I think it's a little closer to the 13, honestly.
Yeah.
To me, because they both have some age to them, and that McBrayer is only 8 years. You get a lot of the fruit in the McBrayer, but you definitely lose that oak. But with this Minnesota Whiskey Elite, half and half with a 14-year Knob Creek, pretty damn close, especially on the oak side.
This might be, so I get some classic turkey notes here. I get a lot of the orange peel, a lot of the vanilla, but this might be more on the maple syrup side that I don't really think I've gotten too much in a turkey. There's like a nice little maple punch to it, like a maple candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely the orange. It's got like that slightest hint of turkey funk, which is really nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's got that honey maple, the orange,
honey.
For sure.
Yeah, honey for sure. Yeah, honey, cinnamon. It's a beautiful bourbon nose. I'll give it that. All right, I'm gonna give it a try, guys. Cheers! Cheers to 50K and my cork breaking.
Hey, that just comes with the territory, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it definitely has.
How about that finish, huh?
It's got a dusty note to it. Ooh.
Yeah, that finish is good, isn't it?
It's long.
Yeah. So
it's got like a musty. It's got that musty oak note that you would get from like a dusty.
Yeah.
But it's still very sweet at the same time.
Yeah. So
that's good.
So American Spirit to me is what I call Diamond Plus Plus. So if you're familiar with the Wild Turkey Diamond Anniversary profile, it's like that kicked up 2 notches. So you have that honey maple, that orange that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But with Diamond, the finish just kind of like, it's just kind of done. It's like you taste it, and then it's kind of like, and that was that.
Mm-hmm.
But with the American Spirit, that finish just goes on and just kind of hangs on there. So
would you say this is like Diamond, but you're just like more, richness to it, more depth?
Yeah, I call it Diamond Plus Plus. That's my analogy for it. It's like if you've ever had Diamond before, it's like that kicked up 2 notches. Same profile, generally speaking, but with more spice, a longer finish. It's
got like this really beautiful balance of like this maple, toffee, vanilla, and then all of a sudden a bunch of spice at the same time. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of like this underlying musty oak to it.
Yeah, it's so Diamond's 13 to 16 years. That's 15 years. But Diamond's like 91 proof. That's 100 proof. But I think that American Spirit is better than Diamond, hands down.
Dude, I am loving this profile.
Yeah, it won some awards, and Jimmy was very proud of it. If you ask Jimmy what his favorite wild turkey is, he's just going to say wild turkey. He's going to say all of them. Just it. And then as far as Jimmy's like everyday favorite, he likes the was it the 108.2, the 03 RB rare breed. But if you really dig, I think he, he really is proud of that one, especially.
John Perkley, this has been a great week. Whiskey Mountain's fundraiser, you're 50K, and I won a lottery for Weller Foolproof. Oh, shit.
Yeah, congrats.
That's a hell of a week, John. Just retire now. Whatever you're doing, just stop. That's awesome, man. Congrats. M. Quinones. There you go. I tried to make it more complicated than it was. I'm like Alan Corey got a 2016 Russell Reserve Sorbet from G in the mail today. Cracked it for the live stream. This is right there with the Russell Reserve 13 for me.
2016 G's. Russell's Reserves are a killer. They're like they're cola bombs. They're just lovely.
And this is what we're talking about. If you guys hunt down and you actually taste some of these Russell Reserve single barrels, you will find something close to that Russell's 13 and possibly even better. That's why David and myself were so, I don't want to say, maybe we were a little bit reserved at the love for this because, listen, it's a fantastic, delicious bottle. I would never, ever, ever, ever pass this up if it was at retail. But it just needs to simmer down because I feel like people are still like, oh, Turkey's making really great stuff now. They've always been making great stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking wake up.
Yeah, it's like, the way I look at it's like this. Okay. So Russell's 13 is like the next Avengers movie. We all know the Avengers movies were great, all this and so it's like, everybody's like gunning for but like the Master's Keep one, the toasted one, that's like the Suicide Squad #2. Like that's like the one that's like, this thing could be like really bad or it could be so freaking awesome that it just like blows. So I want the unusual. I want the different. I want something that's going to like make me sit down and have to like really dissect this thing. Russell's 13, I get it. I love it. But I've had, some well-aged turkey before, Russell's 2002, 1998, the 2003. I've had a 12.5-year moonshine grill Russell's pick. I mean,
thanks, Rob.
So the 13, I was looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. It's great. It's fantastic. It's a home run, no doubt. But what is that Master's Keep going to be about? It could either crash and burn, or it could be like the next best thing ever.
Yeah. So guys,
I'm excited about it.
So what is it called? The One, right?
One. It's just called One.
Called One. So the next Master's Keep is going to be called One, and we're getting a toasted wild turkey.
Yeah, toasted oak. So we don't know if that's staves. We don't know if it's barrels.
We don't know if that's a la, Maker's Mark, throwing some toasted staves in there.
Right.
Or they're actually throwing it in a secondary toasted barrel.
Correct. We don't know. Right.
Yeah, we don't know. So,
and we also don't know if they're blending straight bourbon with it. So like with Knob Creek Quarter Oak, you had like some of it was Quarter Oak and some of it was just standard Knob Creek. So we don't know. We just don't know.
Update on the Atlanta 116, up 113 over Milwaukee. Brandy is here, Mrs. Black Bourbon family. Thank you so much, Brandy, for hanging out.
Cheers.
All right, my dream is to actually meet Brandy and Jason in person, do a live stream, and then I want to sit in the middle of them and actually get that look from Brandy that she gives to Jason. Except it's like reflected at me and then somehow gets to him.
Can we get the close up?
Yeah. Yuck, so sick of toasted oak crap. I think a lot of people, it's a trend. A lot of people are over it.
Okay, but here's my thing. Okay. Yes. Okay. So there seems to be this trend with toasted, and some of them have failed. Like I've never liked Michter's toasted ever. I don't like Michter's toasted bourbon. I don't like Michter's toasted rye.
Oh, you don't like those? See, I'm with you on the bourbon, but I like the rye. But
the cask strength rye.
I'm with you on the bourbon, though. I'm not a fan.
Well, the non-toasted rye blows the toasted rye away. In my opinion,
I would agree. The Michter's the Michter's barrel proof rye is probably one of my favorite all time ryes.
Right, that one's just killer. The Elijah Craig toasted didn't bother me. I mean, it was fine. It was like toasted marshmallows. It tasted like if you were to make a whiskey that was like campfire marshmallows. There you go. You just made it. But with turkey, I'm thinking it's going to be more like the Maker's Mark LEs. A lot of people liked, SE4PR5, FAE 01, RC6, these kind of things. Everybody's like raving over the Makers LEs. That's what the Makers LEs are. The Makers LEs are toasted staves going in.
Toasted like, staves, but different
with independent stave, just like Wild Turkey's doing. So
and it's just they're using different types of oak profiles to draw different flavors. That's all it is.
So give it a chance, because if you like the Makers LEs, why would you not like the Wild Turkey one, at least going into it on paper? Because Makers is what, a 4 to 5 year whiskey, and
six year the most.
Right, and Turkey. So if I remember the ages right, I'm gonna have to go back to my blog, but I think that it's a blend of like 8 to 10 year, and then 12 to 14 or something like that. I have to go back and look. But
dude, I might be crazy, but on this American 15, the last sip I had on the finish, I'm getting like this blackberry cherry thing going on it. I'm loving this. I'm loving this bottle, and
it's been a while since I've had American Spirit,
and this cork that's floating in it is giving me the middle finger, but I'm still loving it. I'm gonna pour a little more because it's 50K, and why not?
Yeah.
So Fritz G has an interesting question, and this goes in line with the toasted things, because some people think that the finished bourbons, especially when you finish it in Oloroso sherry cask or rum or whatever it may be, wine cask, it ceases to become bourbon. Do you think toasted does the same thing?
No, it depends. If it's flame toasted, okay, if it's char toasted, it's straight bourbon whiskey, period. Mm-hmm. If you take a new oak barrel and you lightly char it, where you're essentially toasting it, this is what Elijah Craig did. That is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, period. So you're not using a used barrel. You're not putting it in an oven. Okay, if you're flame toasting it, that meets the legal definition of bourbon. So you can take bourbon aged in whatever barrel, char number 4, just like Turkey, whatever.
Yeah.
You can dump that. If you dump it into a new barrel that's been flame toasted, okay, or flame charred as a toast, that's still bourbon, straight bourbon, period. Yeah. That's not now, you start adding finishing staves and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not a legal guy. You can ask Brian Hara. He'd answer it for you.
Oh yeah, Brian Hara would definitely answer that for you.
But I know that if you flame toast it, if you toast it with a light char, okay, then you've met the legal requirements for bourbon.
I want to say a big hi to Eugene Nassif. What's up, man? Hey, love Russell's 13. I said it was one of the best whiskey I've ever had. Yeah,
can't deny that. I mean, it's
fantastic for people that haven't had a lot of experience with Turkey, and and honestly, a lot of the stuff this year, I can't say I've had many bourbons that blew me away, but Russell's 13, for all intents and purposes, will be up there.
Yeah,
for me this year.
Amen.
It's that delicious. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I think that you and I are both trying to temper this.
I think so, but I don't want it. I don't want it to seem like we're
not being dishonest.
We're saying how we're not saying how good and giving the respect to the Russell's 13 how good it is. It is very, very good. I think just for us, we have a connection with Wild Turkey, and we know how good the stuff has been over the years, and the fact that people are going crazy for it now because of the 13 year.
Right.
It's a little bit frustrating, but
it is.
It doesn't take away the fact that the 13 is an absolutely decadent, delicious bourbon.
Home run.
Yep. Let's see. Toasting over a low flame, then a quick char is absolutely new charred oak, and that's
correct.
Steve A could not agree with you more. Old Carter Bourbon Batch 9 is toasted. Yep, for sure. I thought I saw a question here. I'm trying to see where it was.
To me, and honestly, okay, so let's just say it was flam blues old finished in blah 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 whatever. The fact is, Eddie Russell is doing this, okay, and Eddie's not going to just do something to do it. Eddie's gonna he puts passion into his work. So if the next Master's Keep is whatever, it's because Eddie decided to make that what it was. And I think that we need to have a little bit of faith and look into the past and say, has he ever really let us down on these things? I mean, to me, the Masters Keeps, at least the domestic ones, have been consistently.
I mean, look
great.
look to the revival.
Yeah.
I mean, when they did that Oloroso sherry cask finish, everyone was like, "What the hell's going on?" Like Wild Turkey would never do that.
Yep.
But Wild Turkey
It was killer.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I'm gonna have faith that any distillery is gonna do a toasted bourbon right, you know, I would put my faith in Eddie and Wild Turkey. So I'm looking forward to trying it. Toasted bourbons normally for me are delicious on the nose, absolutely delicious on the palate. It's the finish on them that tend to make or break it for me. So I'm wondering that's the one thing that always scares me with the toasted bourbon.
He's done a webinar or two and some podcasts, and the Masters Keep one has come up, and he said, I want to just say for the record that I'm not going to release a Masters Keep that I'm not going to stand behind. Like I do these because I want to do them and I like what they taste like. Yeah, so I think that people need to remember that.
And let's be honest, if Jimmy was still in charge, as much as we love him, I don't know if many things would change.
Yeah,
Eddie is the innovator. Eddie is the one pushing the envelope. With everything that's going on in the world of whiskey today, with finishes and toasted and doing different blends. This is all Eddie. Eddie is the one that's bringing this to us, and making the Cornerstone Rye. People think that was just a release, for release purpose, but that was a big thing for.
It was a big thing. It was different. It was never done before. There was never a Rye LE.
Exactly.
And there's no way Jimmy would have even signed off on something like that.
Yeah, because Jimmy's not a Rye guy, so he's like, "What are we doing?"
This was, and if you notice. On the Masters Keep releases, it's only Eddie's signature on them. The Masters Keep are Eddie's babies. Yep. So just have a little faith in them. I mean, like I said, who knows? Maybe it could crash and burn. I mean, not everyone has a perfect streak, okay? But I have enough faith in Eddie to believe that it's going to be something special.
The Brew Baker Maker, Ernie, says, congrats on 50K, Jason. Keep cranking out the great content. He is one of the amazing palates that helped us pick the Wilderness Trail Rye.
Good deal.
My goodness gracious. If there's one pick that I'm more excited for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, it is that Wilderness Trail Rye. It's unfreaking real.
They know what they're doing.
Fred Gilbert, have you guys noticed any off minerality in the S/G picks? I'm worried something is off with either the distillate from the new distillery or those rick houses, says Fred Gilbert.
I haven't noticed anything off. I mean, the E's were really kind of strange last year.
Yeah, those were weird.
The E's were weird, but some of them better than others. Like I have this Single Cask Nation here from E, and it's this thing's. I love it. It's just super juice. It's like Fruity Pebbles, the booze. But everybody's got different palates, so they might notice something. With a particular rick house that
here's an interesting question from. So I don't know if you know Eugene Nassif. He's the mind behind obtaining
Cat's Eye, right?
Cat's Eye Distilling. Yep.
Yeah.
Real question about definitions. Used oak whiskey categories: light whiskey, American whiskey, corn whiskey. If you want to specify the cask, it shouldn't be treated as distilled specialty. It's just that whiskey. What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean. I guess I'm just such a bourbon guy, and rye guy that I'm not particularly against any whiskey. I mean, I'll try anything, light whiskey, corn whiskey, whatever. I'm not anti any type of whiskey. Just as long as you're transparent and disclose it. One of the things, unfortunately, with bourbon is that you can put bourbon on it if it's a blend. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nothing against, Magnus, but I love Magnus and Murray Hill Club, but Magnus says bourbon on it, but it's a blended bourbon. So it just has to be 51% or so bourbon, and your bourbon blend. To me, I just feel like the more transparent you are, the better. Love Magnus, love Murray Hill Club, but I wish that, and it does say a blend on there. It just, I guess I wish they had the elements on it. And Angel's Empty is another example.
When you're saying elements, you mean what mash bills are exactly in that blend?
Yeah. What makes that a blend?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then because people have to wonder about what's in the the drink that they're drinking.
Yeah. I would say Angel's Envy isn't really too
Angel's
transparent with
Envy,
that.
they have that Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but it's finished in, port
Yeah.
wine cask.
Finished
And
in
it's like,
port wine.
so it's not really Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but it's marketed like it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey
Yeah.
because, it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in. I think that there could be a little bit more transparency there.
Yep.
But, I'm not trying to knock a particular brand. As for the other stuff, I love Canadian. I love different Scotch whiskeys. It really just depends on what the flavor is.
Fancy Franchi, here's the 50K, well deserved. Maureen, I want you actually to let me know. I don't know if I missed it in a previous live stream. I sent you that sample pack that you had won on the Black Bourbon Family stream. All the great samples I sent to them. I wanted to ask you what was your favorite from that sample pack. Let me know in the chat. Fancy Franchi. Just let me know. I'm curious what you liked, what you didn't like, or if you liked all of them, but there was one that really stood out for you. Let's see. I love Barrel's transparency. Yeah, Barrel's very good with transparency for sure.
Wilderness Trail, goodness gracious.
Wilderness Trail.
They tell you everything.
Any more transparent?
The still, the mash bill, everything's right there on the label.
Yeah. I think the point I'm making is that the law is attempting to bar used cask whiskey producers from specifying the cask. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting, Eugene. Hey guys, great show tonight. Just blended a Russell's single barrel store pick with a KC 15-year 2 weeks pick, and it's very good. Very oak forward, but not as sweet, and the Russell's by itself. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the goal we were going for.
Yeah, if you guys have a single barrel Russell's pick and happen to have one of the Knob Creek 15s, or even 14, one of the 14, or even one of the crazy 15 78.5 corn releases that came out, blend that together and check it out. I think it's a really good blend. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, I'm loving this, by the way. This American Spirit 15.
Hang on to it.
Is it the best turkey product I've ever had? Probably not, but it's very unique to the products that I have. It has really a beautiful blend of sweet, the turkey, dusty, musty funk, a little bit of fruit characteristic to it. I could see why Jimmy would love this. This is nice.
Yeah. If you want to keep it, don't take it to a barrel pick.
Because
it'll be gone.
Don't bring it with me anywhere.
Yeah, because I told you before, I took mine somewhere and it was gone. So
yeah, I hear you. Eugene asked, as long as the rules require transparency as to what you're doing. Yeah, Eugene. I mean, the stuff that you're making, I love it. Not a ton of people love light whiskey, but for me, for what you're doing and how transparent you're being, I'm all about it. So just keep what you're doing, Eugene. I think it's you're making great stuff, and
transparency should never be a bad thing.
Yeah, you're sourcing great barrels. I am not mad at it. Some of your light whiskeys have been the best light whiskeys I've had. From people trying to do the light whiskey. I would still recommend your stuff over anyone else's. All right, so in the chat, if any of the mods have been taking inventory of all the super chats tonight, we're going to start giving away some shit tonight right now before we sign off for the night. So if there was anybody in there taking Whiskey Mountain's got Audriana. I could always count on Audriana. 1 to 236. Oh shit. Okay. So you know what? We'll do this first. So first giveaway we're going to do tonight. We're going to give away the twin bottle pack here. Still Austin bourbon and Still Austin cask strength bourbon. So one lucky winner's going to get both of these bottles. Excuse me. I'm telling you, once you guys have this, you'll be really impressed with how good this shit is. So David, I'll let you pick the number. Pick a number between 1 and 236, and we'll let Whiskey Mountains let us know who won that one.
Okay, let's just go with 114, since 114.8 is Russell's 13's proof. 114.
There you go. 114 is the number. So I'm gonna see here in the chat or on the notepad here. I'm gonna write it down. just so I can keep track of who won what. So this is for the Still Austins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whiskey Mountains. William Edwards. Woo! Boom.
Congrats.
Congrats, William. William Edwards, you're gonna get the 2 Still Austins. I think William is a good. I think he's a Patreon, so we'll be able to connect with him. William, send me a message. I will get your Still Austins out as soon as possible here. Congrats, William Edwards. Congrats, Will. Awesome juice. It is really good stuff. I don't know if he's in the chat still, but congrats to William Edwards. All right, next up, we're going to give away this beautiful bottle of Michter's 10-year. The price went up on this to about $150 retail for a 10-year bourbon that's 94 proof. Ouch. So somebody just gets to get one just for putting in a super chat. So I'm going to pick the number. What was it? 1 and 236, David?
That's what they said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 and 236. I'm going to pick number. I'm going to go with, since my birthday's coming up, I'm going to go with my birth year. Let's go 77.
There you go.
So 77 for the Michter's 10. Michter's 10 year. Who's going to get that one? Gabriel Sandifer said, I subscribe. Thanks so much for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate it. Will Henderson said, I'll take that. He wants it. All right, so 77. What? Maureen Franchi.
Boom.
Oh, fancy Franchi gets the Michter's 10. Oh, shit. Man, Maureen needs to play the lottery. She's been very lucky lately. Oh, there's William Edwards. William Edwards, woohoo! William, you know where to get in touch with me, buddy. I'll get you your 2 Still Austins. All right, so next up, we're going to do the Pop 'em, Don't Watch 'em Ultimate Turkey Sample Pack.
This is a good one to get.
This is a good one.
Yeah. Better than that tatery bottle you just got rid of. Just kidding.
Oh, shit.
That's a good bottle.
You're not kidding, dude. I know what you're saying. Sharing is caring. Just kidding, bro. Maureen Francie getting it. Wow, holy shit. Okay. Pop 'em, Don't Watch 'em. Is he still in the chat? Where's yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I was born the year Star Wars came out. Yeah, that's why I'm awesome. I was born with a lightsaber in my hand. I'm just saying. Is Pop 'em, Don't Watch 'em still in the chat? Where's Troy? Where's my buddy Troy? Are you here, Troy? Oh, he's here. So Troy, pick a number between 1 and 236. And we'll that'll be the winner for your sample pack. I'm gonna drink more of this American Spirit. I have quite the duty tonight to get the cork out of here and save this bottle. And
dude, you should have thought about that, man. Come on, you should have known that.
I was all happy. I think I was a little too rough with it, David.
I saw it. I was just like, ooh,
yeah,
casually.
I ripped that shit right off, man.
Hey, at least you know it's real.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Black Bourbon Family says he's here. Yeah, we see him. 27, number for Yankees World Titles. Oh, for fucking sake, dude. Really? You gotta go with the Yankees title count. Oh, all right. I still love you, Troy. My love for Troy supersedes the love for my hate for the Yankees. So 27. Who is 27? Adriana, who do we got? Fucking shit. Fucking hell. Oh, God. Yeah, Will Henderson, exactly. I think I just threw up. Well, you're a Braves fan, Will. I can't even hang out with you either. Steve Ado, I need to give him a quick boot. No, we do not boot. We do not boot Troy. He's the man.
Dude, I will say, I just went back to this Knob Creek 14-year plus the CNF, 10, almost 11-year.
Yeah.
Dude, so good.
I'm going to go back to it too here.
I mean, it's not quite the 13, but
Oh shit!
close enough.
Inexperienced whiskey new guy
Wow.
takes it.
Dude.
Inexperienced whiskey new guy is about
Is
to
he
get real.
seriously inexperienced
I don't
whiskey
know,
new guy?
but if he is, he's about to get real experienced.
This is the perfect prize, man. Congrats.
He's gonna
You
get
just got a baptism in Turkey.
He just got a yeah, he's been baptized in Turkey now. Inexperienced whiskey new guy. Talk to Troy. Get your contacts together, and you guys can figure it out. I want to thank Troy from Pop Don't Watch him for offering that up. That's amazing.
Definitely, that was very cool of him.
All right, now we're gonna do 2 sample packs real quick. I'm gonna offer up 2 samples. Two sample packs. 2 people are gonna win 1 sample, the American Spirit 15 that I just cracked open. I'll be obviously with no cork bits in it. And you're going to get a sample of the Russell's 13 to go along with it. So
that's killer.
Yeah, so really great. It's a really great, I think, contrast in flavors of Jimmy's profile and Eddie's profile.
Absolutely.
Well. So all right. So I'm going to pick number. I did 77. Let's go with number. I'm going to keep it low. My birthday is coming up July 9th. Let's go with number 9, Adriana. What do we got? What do we got, Adriana? Number 9. Who's got number 9? Oh, dude, I'm loving this American Spirit. Is it the best turkey I've ever had? No. But there's something about it that's almost, I don't know how to say it. There's something hypnotizing about it. The flavor profile, the funkiness to it, the musty, the sweet.
To me, that one is
the maple candy part of it is what's drawing me to it.
To me, when I think of whiskeys that Jimmy made, that's up there at the top.
Yeah. Wait, what? Uncle Buck? Yes. Woo!
There you go.
Uncle Buck gets 1 sample pack. Uncle Buck, who has been supporting the channel for a very long time. I'm very happy to see him win. Uncle Buck, email me at themashanddrum@gmail.com. themashanddrum@gmail.com, no spaces. Email me there, and I'll get your contact info so I can send you out your sample pack. David, why don't you take the last number for the last sample pack?
Oh, okay. And so we're going from 1 to 236. I feel like we've given the low end enough love, don't you?
Yeah, why don't you go high here?
Let's just go 233.
233. Adriana, who do we got for 233? I love saying Adriana because it's like I feel like I'm back in New York. Yo, Adriana, what's up? Give me the 233. And then you have David with his like South Carolina Southern.
233. 233.
I can't eat them peppers. You know them jalapenos. They're too spicy. I can't eat them jalapenos. What? Will Henderson won? Oh shit!
Boom.
Hendo. Will Henderson and Uncle Buck getting the fucking crate. Don't worry, guys. I will get the cork out of this bottle before you try it. I'm just saying. Wow. That was awesome.
Well, I'll give you a Dusty Turkey tip for this will be for everybody.
Yeah.
Go buy a French press and don't use it for coffee. Just leave it in the cabinet. And whenever you have a cork pop, just pour it into that French press, push it down. You got it all strained out. Get your bottle all cleaned out. Pour it back in. You're good to go.
Bubble Bat Burn said the jalapenos were too spicy. Had to add some raisins to the macaroni salad.
I don't do that. No. Don't do that.
Don't put fucking raisins in it.
No. I've seen people do that, but no.
Pop No Why said, Jason, real talk. Congrats on 50K. I just celebrated 500 on my last review, the Old Carter Rye. Gave you a big shout out. Winner of the sample pack. Message me on IG. Cheers, all. I'm out. Thank you so much, Troy. Let's connect soon. I want to have you on the channel real soon, buddy. We'll do something real good. Will Henderson is the only Braves winner tonight. That's right. Did the Mets finally beat their ass? I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. Oh my God, so many notifications. The Mets beat the Braves 7-3. That's right. F you, Braves.
Hey, that's getting a little bit close to home there, man.
Oh, sorry, man. I just used the cheesecloth and port wine filter through a funnel or a skirt. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
But yeah, I mean, the only thing I worry about when you start doing these types of filtering things is, you know, I try to introduce my whiskey to things like steel and glass and not paper, cloth, this type. I just don't want anything stripped that shouldn't be stripped. It's probably not a big deal, but they put them they put it in steel tanks, they put it in glass bottles. I think if you go with a French press, you got nothing to worry about.
All right, yeah. So, man, that was a hell of a show, dude.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, all in all, to wrap things up here, guys, I want to say thanks to obviously David Jennings. He's been one of my big supporters from the beginning. I've been one of his since I
thank you.
Got into turkey. So I want to thank you for being I guess one of my biggest supporters, and not only that,
sure,
but you're always one of my favorite guests anytime.
Oh, thank you, man.
Good conversation. If you guys haven't supported David yet, or check out the blog at Rarebird 101, please do. If you want to learn more about turkey, even if you're just kind of interested in what turkey's offering, it's a great blog to read. Just overall. Also, thank you for all the support tonight, guys. 50K, nothing to shy away from. I don't really like to get into numbers and stuff. It's really about the community. But 50K for me, for a solo reviewer,
that's killer.
That's nerdy and kind of historical. That's kind of less about. I mean, yeah, I kind of try to bring some entertainment, but I'm really all about the knowledge. I think 50K for me is a big deal. So I really appreciate the support, and I can't wait to keep going on this journey. Much more content to come, much more barrel picks from the Mash and Journey as we get forward. We're not going to give you guys anything that we don't feel we want to put our name on it. So, so thank you so much, and congrats to all the winners tonight. And I think the moral of the story tonight, guys, if you have a Knob Creek 15 and a good Russell's pick, blend that shit.
Give it a try.
Give it a try. Give it the old wild knob treatment. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. I will see you guys next week right here on the Mash and Drum. Cheers to you, David. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, anytime, dude.
All right. Cheers, guys. See you next week.
Cheers.